counting Larry's vote. He might come. I don't know if he's coming or not.
He put his take in the chat. He was the first messenger of the stream.
Oh, that means he's probably not coming. He's probably not coming in.
Said Sanji stopping the cat.
Are we live?
Yep.
Yes.
We're live.
I bet. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Davy's Dark Tournament, the show where we have you guys debate hypothetical matchups in the One Piece verse. You know the vibes, who you got, what diff, and why. My name is Seb. I am joined by my mods and staff in Twilight, Toby, and Hitta. And this is the DDT, man. We're running gauntlets these days, so I hope you guys are ready to debate. It is officially Sanji season, so it's going to be a right-hand gauntlet to see if he could step up and fight at a higher weight class than he normally has to fight. In this gauntlet, Sanji will have full recovery, and he'll be facing off against Marco in round 1, Katakuri in round 2, King in round 3, Old Rayleigh in round 4, and Aokiji in round 5. Yes, there was some debate about whether we should make Aokiji the right hand. Figured why not? He's the second strongest in the Blackbeard crew, or at the minimum, there's nobody stronger than him besides potentially Blackbeard in that group. So, yeah, this should be a lot of fun. If you guys want to join in on these DDTs, please become a tiered member of Nakama or higher in the Discord, and you'll have access to the DDT entrance on our Discord voice channel. And we're going to bring you guys in waves of 5. So basically, groups of 5 will determine who wins what matchup and how far you guys think Sanji gets in this gauntlet. It should be an interesting one. I feel like there's an opportunity for him to lose in every single one of these rounds. There's an opportunity for him to win in every single one of these rounds. I'm curious to see where the people go, man, or how people are leaning. Is it officially Sanji season? Will he clear this gauntlet? Curious, man. I'm really curious. How y'all feeling, though? Twilight, Hitta, Toby, talk to me.
Hey, bro. If any Sanji fans get mad, blame Seb.
Blame Seb?
I tried to give Sanji... Nah, man. We tried to give you an easier gauntlet, man.
What you mean? You can't run from the smoke, man. You can't run from the grind, man.
Yo, bro. All I'm saying is I like Sanji. I hate on him a decent amount because there's some things I don't like about him, but I like him. I tried to save him today.
Listen.
I ain't want to bash him, but he gonna get cooked a little bit, at least from my end. I
think so. You think so? You think it's GG's for my boy?
He definitely not making it through. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta agree on that end. I don't think he's making it through, and I'm actually gonna try to be completely unbiased.
Okay.
So I'm genuinely trying to think of where I'd say he'd end.
Yeah, I tell you wasn't gonna clear it, but I honestly haven't put much thought towards the first 3 rounds. But I don't know. Round 4 could get interesting for me. I think I can hear some arguments.
Listen, it's people saying in the chat he not getting past round 2, and we had a DDT a couple of weeks ago where he was struggling to get past Marco in the first place. He might not clear any rounds, man. We never know.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But that makes it fun. At the same time, it makes it fun. But like, I'm just saying, any Sanji fans, don't blame us. I blame Seb. Blame y'all's guy.
Listen.
That's y'all's homie, man.
Listen, man. It's up to the people, bro. It's up to the people to figure it out. We don't have a lot of people there, though. I only see Bulldozer in the DDT entrance, so maybe people don't want to talk. Maybe people don't want to talk about Sanji, man. Maybe not. It's supposed to be.
Is it not Sanji season? That's tough. I thought it was Sanji season.
It's tough, man.
I see this dude in the chat saying, "Why is Sanji here?"
Let's say, did you make an announcement that it went live?
I made an announcement that we were doing this a couple hours ago, but I guess I can make another announcement.
Yeah, probably.
People be playing that new Black Ops remake stuff.
Hey, Seb,
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Maybe I'm reaching, but Streaming University just started, bro, and we do got some youngins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying they're not showing up because of Streaming University, but it is going on right now. It just started, so hey, I'm just saying, bro.
Did it?
And I'm be honest, I got it on my laptop right now. The sound's off, but I'm watching it too, bro. So maybe
It's
some
like a
people just
nuke.
be watching it.
Saying it's too much crossover there.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, to be honest.
That's
Like,
probably why Larry not here, man.
you think Larry like Trim University too?
Larry loved him, bro. He loved AMP, bro.
Yeah, I love him too, man. But I'm here though. Y'all my guys, so I'm doing both.
Okay. We'll see, man. We'll see. But I mean, if we can't get a lot of people, I'll make an announcement now. Give me some seconds to craft that.
Looks like we only got 3 people right now, but we'll give it some time. But hey, that gives us time to debate.
Listen, y'all can run it now if y'all want. Y'all can do the first little section.
But who wanna go first? I'll go first. Man, I don't want to be mean, bro. I got Sanji stopping a cat. Unfortunately, I got him stopping a cat.
Okay.
I think that's probably the closest fight on here. I feel like they'd be a really good match for each other, but I just feel like I just like more what I've seen from Cat than what I've seen from Sanji. Like being queen, that was. I don't hold. Okay, how do I say this? He mid diffed queen, right? So he did what he was supposed to do, but I don't want to say just because he mid diffed a lower commander that means he could automatically beat this higher commander. Doesn't mean he can't neither. But the best I could do is say that he loses the king. I don't think he beats king. He has the fire, but I don't think he beats king. I know people think king's super dumb, and he might be. He might be, but I don't see him actually being able to take down king. Zoro really, really struggled to even do that himself. So I feel like that's where Sanji stops. I'll say he stops at king. I'll say him and Cat is debatable. He stops at king.
You're right about him being dumb. I'll give you that much. And to be honest, that's exactly why I got Sanji clearing past round 3. Because if we have to assume that King uses the same, logic he used against Zoro, right? But even then, if you wanted to make the argument that, like, because you could argue that Sanji's current attacks could get through, like Lunarian defense could tag him if you want to very highball how dirty he did Queen. But outside of that, I think Sanji can tag King whenever he's in flames off mode. And he's going fast, and it'll be a high speed battle, and it'll be it'll be a war of attrition compared to Zoro's like big flash the defeat of King. I think he'll win, but I think it'll be in a different way. Now with Rayleigh, I don't know. I might have to be swayed by somebody else for Rayleigh, but I think, you know what? I'll have my position be that he defeats Rayleigh, just based on how Zoro and Luffy, when they got serious against Gabon, he was quick to put his weapons down. And if I'm gonna take the last couple of chapters into consideration, and I look at Rayleigh, I gotta ask if Rayleigh can keep up with Sanji's like. Sanji's just way too young, man. Sanji's way too young. He had his durability regen. He got the regen hacked. I don't know. I don't know if Ray got it like that in him anymore. He's an old dog. You got the hockey, but these folks like Sanji and Zoro and Luffy, they're on the way up. And they're going to surpass the prior generations by a good margin. So I think he might be at that threshold now. Now, I can't make any argument for Kuzan, though.
Yeah,
I
no.
ain't gonna lie. Kuzan go, what? I ain't gonna lie.
15
yeah.
seconds, man. That's what I give him against Kuzan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We got one stopping at Kuzan and one stopping at Cat. There's a big gap between those two people. So, Twilight.
Yeah.
Talk to me, man. Where you got the pervy chef landing here?
See, I know during the last DDT, I had Marco winning. For the simple fact of I don't think Sanji's at the point yet where he could bypass Marco's regeneration and stamina. We can go into that a lot more, but I feel like that's a beaten horse at this point. If we're counting in the recent developments in him possibly becoming a conqueror and adding the conquerors into it, I'd say at this point we could say he beat Cat or beat Marco. Unbiasedly, I'd like to assume at this point he could beat Cat also. I definitely think that one would be an extreme diff still, but I feel there's enough of a strat from him to beat Cat. With his speed, I feel like he definitely could bypass Cat's future sight. Now, King, I kind of have to agree with Hida on the aspect that I feel like King probably wouldn't take Sanji seriously, and that would ultimately be what leads to his downfall in that fight. But I personally, I feel like he'd be stopping at round 4. I don't think he's got it against old Rayleigh. Because at that point, with old Rayleigh, I feel like it would basically come down to the fact that Rayleigh's hockey, Rayleigh's Conquerors, even if Sanji has just recently unlocked it, like Hida brought up with Luffy and Zoro against Gabon, there was 2v1 and they really had to like get serious against that for Ray to be like, alright, I'll probably lose this. But if it was just Zoro and Gabon, I'm not confident Zoro would have won that. So just in that aspect, if we're going to say that Gabon and Ray are comparable anywhere near the same strength, then yeah, I got him stopping it. I got him stopping at Ray.
Okay, so we got 2. Well, you stopping at Ray. Okay, so we have 1 clearing Ray, 1 stopping at Ray, 1 stopping at Cat. So, Toby, you had the lowest rating here. Do you want to try to convince your compatriots as to why he should stop at Cat?
I feel like Twilight's, I feel like he has a good standing. I definitely want to ask Kiddo one more time why he thinks he beats Rayleigh, because I don't want to get it wrong. And then I'm going to count it if it is here.
Well, we see how Rayleigh, how much effort it took out of him to deal with. Now, when I say this, I'm not directly comparing Kizaru with Sanji. I want to get that out of the way. But we see how much effort it took for him to deal with that much pressure in a fight. You know what I'm saying? He's old now. He's the Dark King. You know, he still has that reputation, but he's old now. He ain't got his fastball like he used to back in the day. You heard him say from when Blackbeard came to the island, yeah, I'm getting by with my reputation. But if we really got busy, I would have got waxed. Like, I just don't think he has the I don't know. I don't know if am I too, I just haven't seen any attack from Rayleigh where I'm confident to say like, yeah, that's enough to put Sanji with his awakened Germa body hacks out of commission.
Okay.
And then he's on the steady incline with, coming into his conquerors and all that. He's got the speed. I believe he has a speed edge. I don't know. I just think he can pull a rabbit out the hat with Rayleigh.
Well, I definitely don't think we saw him trading with Kizaru. It did take a lot out of him. I think the most important thing here is that Rayleigh is old. And I do like the point we've never seen Rayleigh do anything that actually like suggests that he can actually take down Sanji. But we do know he's a master of Conqueror's Haki. And I feel like if he's as capable as I believe he is, which is obviously headcanon, I feel like he'll be able to take out Sanji. Like I don't think you have to be Shanks to take out Sanji. Like
I'll agree with that.
Durability, one of the more durable characters, but I feel like if he's who, and this is kind of going by reputation, like if he's who we, even while being old, I feel like he has to have some very lethal attacks that could take down Sanji. Like I just feel like it wouldn't make sense if he didn't. Like why is he a master of Conqueror's Haki? And we see how strong Gaban is, like if he's supposed to be at least that strong, like I feel like it just wouldn't make sense if he wasn't strong enough to Sanji. Now the stamina part, I can't really defend that. Like we seen him fight for 5 minutes, and he was kind of just like holding Kizaru off. He wasn't even like damaged at all. But I feel like I like what I said. Like he was definitely fast enough to keep up with one of the faster characters in the verse. So I feel like at minimum he'd be at least as fast as Sanji, if not faster. I don't think there's anything Sanji could throw at Ray that he wouldn't be able to keep up with. So
That's fair.
I don't know. I just can't. I can't give Sanji the nod on that. I can't give him the nod on that. I feel like I feel like there's too much that we've seen from Rayleigh. Well, I'm comfortable with saying like worst case scenario is extreme diff, and I give it to Rayleigh. So yeah, I can't put him past Rayleigh at all.
I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I feel like that. I don't know. When I look at that, even though it was 2v1, when Gaban saw Zoro and Luffy about to turn up, he knew that the game was over. He knew to put the weapons down. Now, granted, there is some room to dispute and go back and forth of if he's really as strong or stronger than Rayleigh. But I think from the parallels of Gaban and Rayleigh and Zoro and Sanji, I think they're pretty. I think they're pretty close. And I think if that's true, I think if Sanji really turned up, and like you've seen from the other people on the rooftop, and we have no reason to assume that Sanji's any different. After Wano, we've seen them make leaps and bounds from the new abilities that they've gained during the raid.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Sanji is in that group, especially with this Conquerors. I think the Conquerors is separate from the new abilities that he's gained with his germ. I think his regen has made leaps and bounds. I think there's no reason to say that his speed hasn't made leaps and bounds. Or we've seen what he did with blocking Kizaru's light in Egghead. Like, and then he's just getting continuing to grow and grow exponentially. I think he pulls the rabbit out the hat with Ray. I think I'm comfortable with 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 being on the wrong side of that coin flip. Once the series ends and everything, we can look at everything in context. I think I'm cool with taking that bet.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know. We've seen these old guys rock out. Like Rayleigh, he's not Garp, but like we've seen the level that Garp could reach. Like if he could reach an Aokiji level, then whatever the level below that is, I don't think Sanji's on the level below that, and I feel like Ray would be on the level below that.
But that's
So,
the thing. Garp, like Rayleigh isn't Garp, and we seen how Shiryu did Garp. Now, granted, there was a group.
Whoa.
It was a group effort, and there was a bunch of different pieces around. But no. Wait. We gotta be real. No, we gotta be real.
You just say. Did you just say we see how Shiryu did Garp?
We gotta be real. With all these old characters, what have we seen from all of them? Well, Whitebeard. Now, Whitebeard's a legend. He was way stronger than Rayleigh and Gabon and them were in his prime. But at his old age, he got caught lagging by. I even forgot his name. What was his name?
Okay, that's not fair.
Who are you talking about? Chinjiao? Chinjiao?
That's not fair.
Not Chinjiao. The short tooth
guy on his crew who stabbed him in the back.
Caught him lacking at Marineford.
That's not fair, bro.
Squad? Squad?
Yes, Squad.
Okay.
Listen, their abilities have dampened. They're in decline. You hear from Garp that he's in decline. You hear from Rayleigh, I'm not what I used to be.
That's still about Sanji though.
But what do you got to? What do you have on panel to really to definitively say, yeah, this is why Sanji gets whooped by Rayleigh? Is it the mission of Conquerors?
Yeah, it's the Conquerors, but nothing on panel though.
Now we talking aura. Because
not even necessarily.
I mean, we know for a fact he's a master of conquerors, though. Like,
hold on, it's not just conquerors. He's also knows how to use Ryo, the flow, to break the the sea stone cups.
Knows how to use all that.
Yeah,
that's cool. I saw a Queen like it was Messi in the World Cup. Like, what are we talking about?
See, one of the main reasons I personally got him stopping at Ray is just for like the Ryo and all that's one of the main reasons, because Ray's going to be doing internal damage to Sanji. His raid suit upgrade ain't really going to matter. Like, Rayleigh's going to be straight doing
Are we saying Keyfree isn't doing internal damage?
I don't think he gets to him. Like, gets through to him. Like, Ray's getting him before he gets to him, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't like that. I think Sanji's quicker than him.
You don't... you can be quick, but... Because Ray... correct me if I'm wrong. Ray's mastered all three, right?
I believe so.
Then, yeah.
Mastered ED...
with Ray's future sight, I feel like... Yeah. I don't think he's getting through Ray.
I think Ray's coded way too many battleships and other ships to be able to keep up with these young bulls now.
Oh man.
Hey man, he kept up just fine with Kizu.
Also, correct me. Yeah, I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
let's make this clear. He survived Kizaru.
Yeah, he kept up. He wasn't gonna win. He was never gonna win that fight. But opposed to what Rayleigh fans try to say, he was never gonna win that fight. But he kept up very well. And let's not forget, he went to Kizu first, so it's not like he was running. He was prepared. You know, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't give Sanji that nod. I just can't.
That'll be y'all round of rebuttals. But I do want to open it up to Larry. Larry popped in here, and this is the mod round. So, Larry, you put your take in the chat. I don't know if you switched up from that or if you want to stand on it. But you want to talk to the people? Let them know where you think Sanji stops here.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sanji ain't getting past the first round, cuh.
Mm.
That's really what it is. I think if you think anything else, you're just trying to fool yourself into the position of he can use Conqueror's hockey, and that's just not going to cut it. As we've seen with all first admirals, they are very relative to each other, okay? Relative to each other. And if you're going to look at Marco and say, well, he doesn't have Future Sight, he doesn't have Rio, and he doesn't have Conqueror's hockey, you got to go based upon the fights that he was actually in. And believe me, I am not a Marco fan, but I do respect Marco and his achievements, okay? So Marco being able to tussle with admirals and be able to even wane them a bit to the point they have to separate their bodies like Akainu did, or even when he blocked Akainu's fist, or even when he blocked Kizaru's Asakani jewel that was meant to murk Whitebeard or some point, or even just kicking Aokiji, or even tussling with Big Mom, or even blocking Bolo Breath. These are things from like the toughest people in the show, and his Devil Fruit, right, was able to defend him and show that even he was more rare than a Logia ability because he could regenerate. Okay, this is a person that Sanji is currently trying to fight and needs Conqueror's hockey in order to do some damage. So we're talking about a first commander next to Whitebeard who acts like a celestial dragon under one of the covenants. I mean, I would say he's stronger than Saint Killingham to me, just based on what he can do. Now, if we look at it in this real aspect, right? Y'all be talking about how Sanji is super fast. He's only been fast to Queen. Okay? Queen who doesn't have Future Sight and doesn't have good observation and is very stationary and is not known for speed. Okay? Let's say Sanji got faster. That's what's up. That's cool. You guys pointed at Egghead. He blocked Kizaru's light beam that was shot for Bonnie and a perished Vegapunk. Y'all never include that he closed his eyes before he shot that light beam. And that's realistically the only reason why Sanji ended up catching him off guard and kicking the light beam away. But then you're like, well, it's still a light beam. I mean, Sanji's still fast. That doesn't prove anything, Larry. Okay, then let's go to Sentomaru. Is Sentomaru fast? Because Sentomaru was outrunning Yasukani Jewel. I don't know if y'all remember. He also blocked one of Kizaru's light kicks. I don't know if y'all remembered that. So there's 2 feats. And then he also speed blitzed Kizaru. And did Kumo strike. So again, I'm not saying Sanji ain't fast. I'm just saying, is he fast enough to somebody like Marco? Can he actually do some damage to somebody like Marco? Because you can hit Marco with with any attack you want. He's just going to regenerate after. And then you have to bring up the fact that he's not also healing 5,000 people. Because I saw Marco. You want to talk about exoskeletons? I mean, Queen kind of got an exoskeleton himself. And guess what happened to him? He got a shockwave thrown at him. And he said, "Oh, that hurt," and started leaking from his mouth. That's an ancient Zoan plus a modified body plus a armament hockey user. Now, Sanji don't got Future Sight. He ain't got Rio. He got something like Rio, but he ain't got Rio. He got armament hockey, and he could attach some Ifrit Jambe to it and cause burning sensation inside you. Well, guess what? Who you think cancels out Sanji's entire kit? Marco. Because Prometheus wasn't able to do anything to him. And Bolo Breath wasn't able to do anything to him either. Why? Because they're fire-based attacks. So if you take away Sanji's basic kit, which is fire abilities, what is he going to do? Rely on his hockey, rely on his exoskeleton, and rely on his regeneration. And from what we've seen in the Queen fight, when he has to regenerate, he also loses stamina because of that. I would say the stamina portion goes to Marco as well. I mean, I get it. The Conqueror's hockey is always going to be there. It is. He's going to get it eventually. But that doesn't mean that he's going to know how to utilize it. Because if you remember, somebody like Zoro, who had to fight a first commander, had to actually use Conqueror's Hockey in a way to defeat him. And he barely did it. Just saying, man. I look at Marco and I don't like him. But I understand what the boy can do. And Sanji has never versed the opponents that Marco has and looked as good as him doing it.
Okay. So you got him not beating Marco. So negative.
Nah, he's not beating Marco.
All right. Can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
When we started this stream, you said he stops at Cat. What changed?
I started to process what Marco can do. And I started to process how he could counter Sanji and what he would need in order to beat Marco. At first I was like, but then I started to really like digest it. And I was like, oh yeah. Like this might have been, he cooked from the beginning.
Okay.
So it's Marco over Sanji for me. It'll be, let me just throw respect on his name and just say it's extreme diff.
Okay.
Throw respect on his name. Do you think he actually like loses to like a lower diff?
I think he loses high diff. I don't know why you're laughing. You saw what Marco did to King and Queen when he was fighting both of them at the same time.
He stalled them like he's supposed to do. He's stall man. That's his actual
Hold on.
name in the series.
Yeah,
He
you
wasn't
gotta-
just stalling. He wasn't just stalling. Stalling is
He
holding
got a
people
couple of
back
tags.
and not hitting them.
No, it ain't just that. He was keeping both of them busy.
How do you keep a first commander and a second commander busy? He putting them on their back. You don't remember the chapter?
I remember the chapters.
Yeah, he was doing it with relative ease too.
Do you remember any critical attacks from those chapters?
I saw Queen bleeding from his mouth.
But was that a critical attack there? This is what I'm trying to ask you. Did you see any critical attacks?
I don't know what you mean by critical attack. You mean like he passed out from the attack?
Did he do any critical
So-
damage to King or Queen in that exchange?
I wouldn't say he was doing critical damage to King, but I think he was doing damage to Queen for sure.
Critical damage?
So you're saying critical damage. So Sanji only started doing critical damage when Ifrit Jambe was in play.
You mean when he has the power up that he can use normally now?
Right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, but we're still talking.
I don't
Hold
think
on.
Marco is going to be able to tag with that.
Hold on. But you're moving the goalposts back because you're not remembering. If Sanji can't use Ifrit Jambe against Marco, then how does he do Rio-like attacks against him?
I don't know why you're saying.
How does he land critical?
He can't use it.
How does he land
can
critical
use it.
attacks?
He can use it, and I want to bring up something.
Why would he be able to use it?
I want to bring up something that you talked about earlier.
Hold on, no.
All these-
Go
all
back.
these
Why
attacks
would he
that
be able to use
Marco's-
it?
That Marco's blocked. All these attacks
Hold on.
that Marco's blocked.
Why would Sanji be able to use his fire attacks against Marco when he's shown that fire attacks don't work on him?
E3 there are flames that come from Sanji's legs on his attacks, but it's these flames. I forget how it's worded, but it is basically the attacks are amplified based on his will. They're based on his will. So when he goes up in from Diablo to Ifrit, his will's getting stronger. What also grows is his hockey gets stronger, which is why he was able to punt Queen like he did. It wasn't just because his leg got hotter and Queen jumped farther or something. His attacks are the damage from his attacks are getting amplified. So when
you're
he's
saying that he doesn't use
when
fire,
he's using Ifrit, when he's using Ifrit on like a character like Marco, you can say he's not gonna like get burnt or something from it, but he's still gonna feel the amplified damage from the attack.
You're really having a hard time explaining this, bro, and it's okay. So do you believe that his his fire is real fire, or do you just think that it's his burning will?
Whose fire is real fire? Sanji's?
Sanji's. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's real fire.
Okay, so fire cancels out. No matter what kind of fire you're saying it is, it cancels out against Marco. Flames don't matter to him.
Do you think that the damage amplified from his attacks is due to the fire?
I would say because he has an exoskeleton, he's able to have stronger muscles.
No,
He
because
also is allowed to go faster, and then he's allowed to hit harder.
the
So his
point
armament
you're
hockey
making,
is pretty good.
the point you're making in this Marco like nullifies his attacks and all that yada yada is that that there's a major crutch from Sanji's toolkit being taken away from him in this matchup with Marco. When I'm trying to explain that the fire is really negligible in the case of his matchup with Marco. Really,
Okay.
Marco's the biggest thing that comes from Marco's flames is just
Mhm.
in whole his regeneration.
Do you feel the same way about Akainu's punch?
Akainu's punch.
Yeah. Do you think Akainu has the same burning will that you're explaining about Sanji?
Sanji's the way Sanji's body is totally different than Akainu's body,
Okay.
and his and like he
do
doesn't have a devil fruit.
you think Sanji's leg burns hotter than Akainu's fire fist?
We're not talking about the fire or the flames.
I'm getting there, brother.
And this is what I wanted
I just want to know.
This is what I wanted to bring up earlier. We were talking about all the attacks that Marco blocked and dodged. They were all devil fruit, like they all were in line with like devil fruit properties.
Mhm.
They weren't like really like he's had like he met with Kizaru in the air on like a kick, which was cool.
Right.
But it was
So-
like
Let's go back, right? So again, do you think Sanji burns hotter than Akainu or not?
no, I want to say that.
Right. Who do you think has the better hockey? Akainu or Sanji?
Okay.
Marco blocked that.
In what manner though?
He was trying to punch, if I'm not mistaken, Luffy.
That'd be correct.
Was it his fist directly?
Yeah.
I don't know then. The thing about that is Marineford scaling is crazy.
So Marineford scaling is crazy, brother. We don't need much evidence. We already know that an admiral is going to be stronger than a second commander and a first commander. Okay?
I mean,
Marco blocked
Marineford scaling is crazy because
But it's still Akainu.
characters like Crocodile were a few arcs away from being defeated by Luffy and
No.
clashing
That's
with
Crocodile.
Mihawk and
Brother, that's Crocodile, my brother. We're talking about an
Well,
admiral.
that's another
no matter where
character.
an admiral is in the story of One Piece, an admiral's always going to be stronger than a second and first commander.
But that's
Marco
another
blocked
character
that.
though. I'm using a character like Crocodile, a warlord who was shown
What does that
just a
matter?
couple arcs prior to Marineford to be defeated by a character like Luffy, like upstart Luffy, to all of a sudden being able to clash with characters like Mihawk and get attacks off on Akainu. I'm just saying,
So-
like Marineford scaling is wonky.
Brother, chapter 575, page 5, the top of the panel. Marco, after he blocked Akainu's punch, didn't have to worry about any stamina or any damage.
It's cool.
You get what
It's
I'm
cool.
saying?
It's
So,
cool.
so again,
I'm saying
the fact that you're
scaling's so wonky.
mentioning again, so the fact that you already admitted that Sanji doesn't have stronger hockey than Akainu, and also his flames don't burn hotter than Akainu's, it shows that whatever Sanji does to Marco is going to be lesser than Akainu, and that's not going to be an issue for him. So if Sanji's hockey and flames are not as hot as Akainu's, I'm sorry, brother. Like, there's not much Sanji can do. He's going to have to rely on the suspected hockey blossom that he's going to have from his conquerors, and that's fine. I'll give it to him. But then he's going to have to know how to actually defeat Marco with it. And we don't know where that's going to be at. You feel me?
I think Sanji's overly qualified to deal enough damage to put a character like Marco out of commission.
You know, it's so crazy. I feel like you're starting to like sound like Sebastian, where like sometimes you guys just say, I know so, instead of going, okay, like here's the evidence that's been presented. You've already admitted that this is what it is. And now you can't find a way to like digest that information. So you're like, oh no. I'm sorry. I still think that
I said what I said was perfectly reasonable. I mean, I think everybody and their mom knows that Marine Force scaling is weird.
Hit it. Don't let Larry simple ass disrespect you.
No,
man.
yeah. I knew, like, I don't know why we're acting like
if you're saying I just know so, then that's not really an answer. That's just, hey, my feelings matter.
This man said that
like what?
Queen would lose to Sentomaru and that Blackbeard would get one tap by Lucci.
Yeah, like he was
yammering, man. Don't let him talk
we
to
can
you
bring
like
those
that.
conversations back, but if you feel like that's the only way that you could win in this debate now is blowing out something else from another conversation,
that's
cool.
That's not the point.
But if you want to do that, let's stick to the argument. Let's not push the goalpost back. We're here right now, right?
Listen.
So if you're going to bring up evidence as to why he could win, make it so, and that's okay.
Okay.
But you ain't gotta, Seb, you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you want to join in, you can join in too.
You came at me, so I pushed back.
I'm coming at you.
You came at me.
You're known for just saying, I just know so. And
you're known for saying stupid shit. So what we doing?
I'm saying something stupid.
What? What's wrong with what I said?
I'm saying something stupid. So again, you see, like, here's the emotional side of Sebastian coming out because he feels like he has to curse.
I'm trying to understand.
He has to say something about me that he can't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to understand.
There's been many years of Sebastian's I just know so's and being told he's wrong, and then he ends up wrong.
Listen,
I mean, you still haven't been able to show us any critical damage that Marco dealt to Queen. And then Sanji dealt it when, like, the millisecond he awoken his Germa upgrades. And you want to bring back wonky scaling from the most, I mean, this is like the infamously most ridiculed arc for scaling, which is Marineford.
Yeah. So again,
and you wait. Now, because you brought up goalpost shifting earlier, I want you to still bring up a critical attack that Marco dealt to Queen or King. I'll give you both characters. Even a single critical attack, not just a little blood out the mouth.
Okay, so a little blood out the mouth was told to you as a reader that it hurt and he was leaking. And then Marco kicked him again, and then he kicked him out of his full-fledged Zoan form.
Yeah, it hurt. We get that it hurt. Was it critical damage?
So again, you keep mentioning critical damage. It's kind of like you're straw manning the argument at this point, because it's like, did Marco get a full-fledged fight with Queen? Because I can easily do that same logic back. So if he didn't get a full-fledged fight with Queen, there's no way for me to go, hey, he did critical damage to the point that
you can't bring that up as like a counter, like as a reason to say that he didn't get critical damage off him, when earlier when you were recounting the fight, you were making it seem like he was putting BTA to them, like he was taking their shoes off and running their pockets and all this and that.
Were they able to do anything to him during that time when they were like both fighting him?
He was stalling. He didn't do anything other than what he was supposed to do. And when his job was done, what did he say? The stars are ready for the show. And he got the way and he let Sanji leap over his head like Jordan.
Yeah.
And he knew who the real stars were ready to fight, to take his fade for him.
Right. So we're gonna ignore narration now?
Ignore narration.
The group be going on for a minute, bro.
Yeah, because didn't narration propose that Sanji and Zoro had to fight those two instead of him? That's the reason why he stopped fighting?
Oh, now we're going to narration, bro. All
But
right, dog.
again, you keep mentioning that Marco is not doing what Sanji had to do during this arc. You're placing the whole point of him being a great fighter or better than Sanji based upon what narration was delivering us. It required Sanji and Zoro to fight these two. It didn't require Marco to fight these two or even to beat these two. But when they were fighting him, and Oda did give him the spotlight, when they started fighting, they weren't able to land on him. They weren't able to get critical shots on him. And they both had their shots. Hell, King, who has to, have really good hockey too, to some degree, he's a first commander. He cut Marco's wing in half and it did absolutely nothing to him.
You can't do that. You can't just attribute him being a first commander to saying he has really great hockey because we saw Cat. Cat has
Every
good
first
observation
commander's going
hockey.
to have.
Cat has good observation hockey, but are we acting like if
Can we
Cat
downscale first commanders to make?
are we
Sanji
acting
better?
are we acting like if Cat punched Marco's body is doing crazy damage?
It might be. You want to know why?
Come on, we lost the plot.
Hold on.
We
You
lost
want to
the
know why?
plot, y'all.
Because he actually can infuse Conqueror's hockey into his attacks.
Can he?
Why wouldn't he be
We're
able
just-
to?
We're just
Yo, remember,
phone it in, bruh.
yo, Hitter, remember 5 minutes ago when he blocked the Kainu, no problem?
Like, come on, son.
Did you not see the chapter?
That was a cat
Keep trying to
issue,
joke
man.
you, bro.
Hold on. Did you guys not see the chapter?
That was a cat problem, man.
We lost the plot, bro.
Listen,
I'm not understanding because you're saying
Blair.
he blocked Akainu easily, right? Did he not do that on chapter 575?
no, you're missing
That's
what
what
we're
I'm
saying.
saying.
Then you're saying that Cat's armament hockey would be too much for him, or could be.
I'm saying Akainu most likely didn't infuse Conqueror's hockey into that attack.
And we're,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
we're saying when has Cat shown that he can infuse Conqueror's hockey in his attacks?
He might have been doing it into the armament hockey attacks. 1000%.
He might have been doing
Also,
it 1,000%.
hold on. Actually, no, he did do it. No. Hold on. You guys are laughing. I'm going to give you evidence. Do you guys remember Buzz Mochi?
Uh-huh.
Because Cat did it twice. Those were two Conqueror's hockey attacks.
Mm-hmm. Are those confirmed
So
to be
you
Conqueror's
saying that
hockey
he
attacks?
doesn't infuse?
Oh, hold on. Are those
You're saying-
are those confirmed to be Conqueror's hockey attacks? Like, are they?
Listen, if you want me to pull up, I'll pull it up.
I'm asking.
Because I could do that because there's actual evidence of what I'm saying.
That
So I can do that.
Buzzcut Mofi's a Conqueror's hockey attack?
Can you still pull up the critical evidence? Can you pull up that evidence of Queen of Marco dealing critical damage to Queen or King?
It's all right. We got to get another group in here.
He started mumbling.
We got
What
to.
was that song?
There's no
man?
mumbling. I'm actually doing. Yo, you guys are asking me a question, and I'm gonna research it to prove you wrong. See, a lot of the things I'm saying is on panel. A lot of the things you're saying is just headcanon.
It's definitely on panel. I mean, I'll wait to the end of the day for a panel of Marco dealing critical damage to Queen or King.
Right.
Larry, let me know about Buzzcut, dog. But we do got to get to another group. So you had him not getting past Marco.
Nah, he's not getting past Marco.
Not getting past Marco.
Yeah, high diff. Just for
Okay.
Bacella, bro.
Okay. Cat. Who had him getting the cat? Who was that?
I'm switching it. He's stopping at King. I'm switching it.
Switching and stopping at
Stopping
King.
at King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Twilight, you stopping at Rayleigh or are you switching up?
I'll stay at Rayleigh.
And Hitter, you staying at stopping at Kuzan or are you switching up?
He gets past Rayleigh, gets smited by Kuzan.
Okay. All right. We got some super chats. I'm going to read those now, and then we'll get to the next group. Y'all, if you guys like this, please like the stream if you haven't already. I knew the Sanji one was going to get heated in here. Pun intended. But yeah, like the stream. We got 5 from K out of here. It says, tell Sanji to just assume the position because he about to get clapped. That's crazy. Maybe. I mean, it's a pretty split vote right now between 4 mods. Another 5 from Red Eyes. It says, we was talking in the chat about Sanji versus Cap. Sanji using knives, ? Because technically he's mochi. He's food. He cooking cat, literally, ? Just a thought. I've argued the Sanji versus Cat that he'd be allowed to use his cooking expertise and it could factor or play a factor in the fight. But we got to get him past Marco first, man. You know what I'm saying? Another 5 from Keifa. It says, ask yourselves this. Could Sanji have made Blackbeard run away the same way Rayleigh did? No. But I will say that is more cachet than any actual scaling. I'll say that. Rayleigh himself admitted that his name carried more weight than what his blade would do in that fight. Another 280 from Purple D Popcorn. I know y'all got zero integrity. Let me buy your votes. You talking to us? Or are you talking to the rest of the people? Who are you talking about? The DDTs have always been integrity based. Okay? We've never taken cash for votes in the DDT. Except that one time. Except that one time. And then another 2 from Josie Dirts. It says, Sanji beats Katakuri, he'll use his hands. People mentioning him using his hands piece. I mean, unless he has knives on him, the using of the hands isn't going to help him too much. Because he's not going to be like throwing punches. He's not going to be hockey coding those punches. So like, unless you're giving him some sort of like knife in the fight, like him using the hands isn't exactly, you know. Okay. Like I'm seeing the post you sent. I would say this does look like Conqueror's hockey. I would say that.
I got one more.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were talking about a different sack. I thought you were talking about the one that Lawrence be talking about, where he punched Luffy's hands.
Mm-hmm. And this is also the second one that he used it a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see it at the bottom left panel.
That's true. Can Sanji,
if everybody wants to know, it's chapter 895, pages 15, 16, and 17, if I believe. Oh, pages 10 and 11 and 15 and 17.
Yeah. I ain't messing with it and putting the panels on panel no more, man. After the strikes I got yesterday. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it no more. But we did get 20 gifted memberships from John D. Water. That'll get a couple people in here to join the debate. So thank you, John. Really appreciate that. Throw the Nakama fist up for John in the chat. Let's get a new group in here to discuss this matchup. And we got to move the DDT entrance above the regular entrance because it's messing me up. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, let's get a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 3D, Boy. Who else is on here? I can't see everybody. Fallen, welcome. Y'all know the vibes. So you got what, diff, and why. It is a gauntlet style DDT. Sanji is facing some of the commanders, first right hands or whatever, in the show. Round 1 is Marco. Round 2 is Katakuri. Round 3 is King. Round 4 is Old Rayleigh. And round 5 is Kuzan. How far do y'all think Sanji will get in the right-hand man gauntlet? We will start with 3D. He'll have full recovery after each round.
Okay. Yeah, first of all, I just want to say, blessed to be a part of another delicious, delightful DDT.
Why do I even bring 3D in here, man? I don't even know why I do it.
I'm saying thanks. Thanks, man. Thanks for
Yo,
the
Delicious was crazy. I can't lie.
Go ahead, man.
I can't get my thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think he stops at Cat.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be like when Berter and Jace were trying to hit Goku and they couldn't hit him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have that future sight, and Sanji's not gonna be able to really land much. Sanji does have the the regeneration exoskeleton, but I do think Cat has enough pop, and he can. I think he can infuse some conquerors into his attacks and take down Sanji.
Okay. Appreciate the take. Yeah. Stopping at Cat. Let's go to 3D. Oh no, Fallen.
Hey man, I'm honestly a little torn. Can I go last?
Sure. We'll move on to King of Scrubs.
What's up, everyone? Damn. Question. Can't remember from the top of my head, but has Sanji actually burned anyone with his flames?
Giabra, way back in the day when he first got Diablo Jambe, mentioned that he was burning.
If that is the case, then this is high speculation. But I feel like King would be resistant to that, wouldn't he? I mean, he controls flames, so I don't see why not a case where he's resistant to flames. A similar situation to Marco's. I don't think it's past Cat, but that's personal biasm, so I'm gonna put that aside. I think he's for sure stops at Rayleigh. I'm not saying Rayleigh's compared to Garp, but as we've seen from Garp, slow and old don't mean nothing. Right? You ain't at your prime. Granted, you don't hit as hard as you do, but who's taking galaxy punches to the face like that? And Rayleigh for me isn't at that level, but he's not far off. And I don't think Sanji can take attack like that or even similar to that consistently. And again, that's in question Rayleigh's stamina in general, but I think like soft stop at Rayleigh. But I think with King, it's similar argument to Marco, right? But I think the Conqueror's Hockey, that's where it comes in play. But I think King's going to be resistant to those flames, and he ain't going to do anything. So stop at Rayleigh.
Stops at Rayleigh. Okay. All right. We'll move on to my boy.
Hello. Honestly, I don't have Sanji passing Marco. Okay. I don't think he gets past Herme. We've literally talked about the Sabo matchup too with Marco. A lot of people said there Marco would win because of the devil fruit and the flame properties and whatever. So I think it would be the same for Sanji. Okay. Flames counteracting flames.
Okay. Appreciate the take. Diamond.
I got Sanji stopping at Old Rayleigh.
Okay.
Feel like Sanji has surpassed the rest of the first commanders. I mean, he has his own unique struggle. Well, each one, because like Cat, Marco, and King is kind of like the Pokemon starter, where they all kind of beat each other and lose to like the other one. And I feel like Sanji is gonna struggle with each one, but he's gonna find a way to win. And I mean, I might switch up and say he stops at Kuzan, depending on if he could unlock Conqueror's Hockey against Rayleigh. But I think it's safe to say he stops at Rayleigh.
Okay. All right. Fallen. You ready?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was torn between King and Rayleigh, but I don't think he's going to get past King. All Sanji's kid is flame-based, and King's other than Marco, he's the flame guy. I mean, I know Sanji can be fast enough to hit him with his flame off. I mean, with King's flame off. But I just don't think, even with Jambe, that he's going to be able to end up taking him out. Zoro almost died taking him out, and he had to push himself to to the peak. And I do not have Sanji over Zoro, so I think he would lose to King.
Okay. All right. That ends the original round. I will open it up for 5 minutes of deliberation between y'all. So it's 6:36 my time. Y'all stop. But we had a didn't get past Marco. We had gets to Rayleigh. So some differing takes there. Y'all speak on it. See if y'all can switch somebody's vote up.
I want to hear, even though I said he stops at Rayleigh, this might be some Cat biasism. I want to know what everybody thinks why he does beat Cat, because everything in his kit, it's not necessarily anything crazy or outstanding in comparison to Cat. So
I just think.
Well,
I just-
Sanji is like a lot faster than Cat.
Yeah.
Try to
And
go
I
one at
think
a time,
his
guys.
Sorry. I think his durability is going to be the deciding factor against Cat. Yeah, his future. I mean, Cat has future sight, but Sanji is the observation guide on the team. So I think it'd be like Luffy. He would learn future sight mid battle, and with his speed, I think he'll be able to kind of bypass Cat's future sight. And like I forgot who said it, Cat's made a mochi. That means Sanji is not just going to end up using his feet. Think about what happened when he was on the train to Innie's lobby and fought that noodle guy. He used knives. When he realized that it was food, he didn't just kick. And even if he does, I think the heat from his kick, like Diablo Jambe, will cook Cat's mochi and make it unusable.
Oh, I got a
mean,
comment for
I
that.
was,
Hold on.
oh, no, you just go.
No,
I don't
okay,
really
so
agree with everything. Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say Katakuri uses fire attacks, so I don't really think the fire is gonna really hurt him that much. Plus, he has good
Yeah,
armor.
it's the heat. But it's the heat of Sanji's kick. Like the heat of his Diablo Jambe burns hotter than, almost magma. I mean, he doesn't get to Akainu's level, but I looked it up and it's up there. It's thousands of degrees hot. I mean, when Cat did it, it looked like it was just regular fire. Sanji got blue fire, which is hotter. Even if Cat ends up flaming himself, I think Sanji will be able to bypass that heat and still be able to burn him.
Oh, so do you think
Yeah.
Katakuri's haki is weaker than Sanji's?
yeah, I was gonna say
No.
he's conquering, so he can cover himself.
Yeah, but Sanji also has coding as well. I mean, he also has armament. Like he can throw armament on his foot, and then now, if it's fair and reasonable, in the last or not last chapter, but the one before that, they emphasized him that he might be a Conqueror's hockey user.
I
So
would say might, not that he is, right? I mean, I think for sure he'll get it, but I think Cat. I mean, we know Cat's got more experience with it.
yeah, but it's fair and reasonable in the DDT, man.
Yeah, but it's fair and
That
reasonable.
is true.
Oh, go ahead.
And
I'll
also,
just say when-
like Sanji
when-
blitz Cat's future sight pre-Germa awakening. Like he kind of dodged the jelly bean. I mean, it's not like a crazy feat, but like considering where Sanji was back then, like it's pretty impressive that he was able to like do something Cat couldn't see. And like I don't think Cat can react to Sanji because I'm one of those people that believe Sanji at his full speed is faster than Snake Man. And also,
so if we're giving Sanji all this speculation, we can speculate about Cat. What if he awakens advanced armament or advanced characters?
Yeah, like
If he didn't, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say
Someone
he
was
was contested for a hot minute, and I feel like after he fought Luffy, that was probably, I can't say for sure, but that was like clearly one of the first fights where he like lost. So I mean, why wouldn't he have learned or gained more knowledge and power from that fight alone? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But like Kaido said, even people with Conquerors, only like a select few can infuse it into her attacks. Like maybe Cat can, because like I mentioned earlier about the thing Buzz Mochi. Like he's a genius, but he's not like Luffy level genius, because Luffy was kind of using Cat as like a like training dummy, like leveling up his hockey. And Sanji,
Someone was talking about Sanji being able to to kill and beat or overcome Cat's observation. But to be able to do that, wouldn't you have to have and utilize Conqueror's Haki to kill the Cat's observation, or no?
No, I mean, just because you have Conqueror's Hockey doesn't make you more durable. Look at Kid; he still gets hit by regular attacks.
I mean about the future side, because so I don't know who exactly it was, but someone said that Sanji could kill and beat Cat's future sight. So to kill someone else's future sight, you have to use Conqueror's Haki, don't you?
Not kill, just blitz. Like,
Yeah, I don't think that it's an observation killing feat. I just think he's fast enough to move where Cat can't see him in his future sight.
yeah, it'll be
I
like
disagree.
Kaido blitzing Luffy right after he got punched.
Like
Luffy saw it coming, but he couldn't react.
Katakuri was teaming up with Snake Man, and Snake Man is pretty fast. I'd say as fast as Sanji, if not faster.
Nah, not with his awakening.
He was keeping up with it.
And then stuff like that. I think Sanji's faster, man. That is this whole thing. The monster trio. You got Sanji, observation, and his speed. You got Zoro and his armament and his strength, and then you have Luffy with the Conquerors.
All right, y'all.
So,
that is time. That is time. All right. Last round of voting. Is anybody switching up? We got one negative, not beating Marco, one stopping at Cat, one stopping at King, two stopping at Rayleigh. Anybody switching their vote?
I do want to switch my vote because I think he stops at King, because I'm more thinking about it. Like, I don't think the flames was really going to matter much to King. I think he's going to be resistant to it, and I think everything else in Sanji's kit isn't strong enough to get past King. So I'm going to say
just want to say he beat S-Shark. Just want to point that out there.
S-Shark is nowhere near the durability, the battle IQ, and everything. Just because he got Lunarian genes doesn't make him as good as King.
But Sanji knows how to counter Lunarian defense.
Hold up, y'all. No more rebuttals. Where were you originally?
I was originally he stops at Rayleigh.
Okay.
So now I'm going to say he stops at King.
Okay. Anybody else switching their vote?
Nah.
Nope.
No.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate the take, y'all. Stick around.
Thanks,
we might root people back in. Probably not, but we'll see.
All right. Have a good night.
Hey, man. Thank you very much. We waiting on slime, Larry.
My man was in a gym or something, bro. I couldn't hear what he was saying half the time.
He was taking a dookie.
All right. Who did I just went with? All right, let's get Keon in here. Fuego, Sanji, Tyler, and Creative Broccoli. All right. Talk to me, y'all. Actually, before I get to y'all, mute up. We did a couple more super chats that came in. So we got 2 from creator Keon. It says Sanji is dancing on Marco's defeated body. Well, Keon can speak to it when he gets in here. Another 2 from Keon. Sanji is speed blitzing Katakuri into the ground. Okay. And then he's turning King into Dino Nuggets. Hashtag Vinsmoke. Another 2. Sanji's losing to Rayleigh with better hockey use. Keon, why didn't you just wait till I dragged you in here for you to speak on this stuff, man? What's up? But thank you. Appreciate it. We did get another 20 gifted memberships from Black Bull 1089. So thank you so much. That'll get a couple more people in here as well. And then another 5 gifted, or another $5 from Joey Danks. Black Bull, a real one. Good looks on the Membo. Let me get some barks in the chat from all the Sea Dogs. Also, like the stream. Yeah, like the stream, guys. I see 220 people in here, but only 84 likes. Hit that like button, y'all. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I don't know if I called this out earlier, but we did get another 10 gifted memberships from John D. Water. So thank you guys so much. All right. Y'all can come off mute now. How many people do we have in here? I don't even know. It's hard to keep track here. Keon, Fuego, Mario, Sanji, and Twilight. Tyler. All right, that's 5. All right. As y'all know, Sanji is running the right-hand man Gauntlet. full recovery after each round. Round 1 is Marco. Round 2 is Katakuri. Round 3 is King. Round 4 is Rayleigh. And round 5 is Kuzan, who's technically not a right hand, but you know the vibes. Who you got, what diff, and why? How far does Sanji get in this gauntlet? Does he clear? Or does he not even make it past round 1? I will start it off with Creator Keon. He's the first on my list here. Keon, talk to me, man. You kind of gave your take already in the chat. Do you want to speak on it? Keon, if you're talking, you're muted.
Oh, sorry.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Honestly speaking, I think Sanji, he clears rounds 1 through 3 from low diff, mid diff, then gets to Rayleigh, and he loses.
Huh?
I feel like Sanji has enough speed and hockey wise to easily get over Marco and stay in the air long enough with his skywalk technique. Katakuri, I feel like Sanji is fast enough on Snake Man, a Gear 4 Snake Man, to overwhelm Katakuri. And since Sanji doesn't have to like stretch multiple of his arms, he can be able to get more hits in than I think even Luffy's Black Mamba technique. And finally for King, I feel like Sanji is smart enough to realize when King's flames are out that he shouldn't attack, and he'll wait till it goes out to start wailing on him. But I say he stops at Rayleigh because Rayleigh got that Conqueror's hockey and knows how to utilize it well enough that I don't think Sanji is able to compete yet.
Low diff Marco is wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was a wild one. Low diff?
Yes.
Marco ain't been low diff by anybody. It's gonna be Sanji that do it?
I mean, yes, I believe so.
Hey man, I can't co-sign that one, dog. Low diff.
Nah, you have to.
No.
You have to co-sign it. That's your people.
Nah, bro, that's
your
insane.
people, bro.
Low diff, bro?
That's your people, bro.
Yes.
All right. He can negate some of the kit that Sanji got. He low diff though.
This Sanji got better hockey usage.
Listen. I don't like the idea of low diff is wild, man. Low diff is wild. Marco, my boy, too. I don't put any of these gauntlets together assuming any of them are low diffs. Okay? So it hurts my heart to hear y'all would say that, even if it is Sanji. That he low diffing somebody. Fan. It's crazy.
I'm not a Sanji fan. I'm a casual Sanji fan.
I don't know, man. As an actual Sanji fan, low diff is crazy. But I appreciate the take, creator. We will move on to Fuego. Fuego, what's going on, bro?
What's popping, brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Talk to me, bro.
Be real with you.
Yeah, how far does Sanji get?
Sanji, as we know him right now, bro, it's kind of hard, bro. I feel like the disrespect be so crazy because I feel like he could put down Marco, but what he gonna have to pull out the bag and put down Marco because of the regeneration? It's gonna be crazy, bro. And then to get the cat, I mean, Cat got the mochi, but the future sight, he got the speed. It's tough, bro. It's tough because I see people putting them all the way to 3, all the way to 4. Like, it's hard for me to see him getting past 1. And if he do get past 1, how you gonna get, as we know him right now, we ain't seen him fight no competition that's better than what Marco, well, probably Marco, but not what Cat put up. We haven't seen anything. So I'm going to say, dang, I give him a little grace. I say he stop at Cat.
Okay.
And that's me being nice. I'm not.
Listen, say what you feel, bro. If you don't think he beat Marco, then say you don't beat Marco, man.
I mean, if he did, it's extreme to the highest level for me. Seeing what Marco did and the kind of people like he put himself up against, I ain't saying Marco beat nobody. All I'm saying is the fact that his durability and regeneration and his battle experience being in so many battles, the kid just, it's going to be hard, bro. Sanji just, as of right now, bro, I got him. He'll stop at Cat. I get him stopping at Cat.
Okay. All right.
He stops at Cat.
Appreciate the take. We'll go to the namesake, Sanji. I wonder where you got.
No. Don't worry. Trust me. I knew as soon as I got into this, I was like, man, they're gonna look at this and be like, think that I'm gonna give him the full clear. I'm not. I like to think I'm a fairly grounded Sanji kind of person. I love the hype that he gets, but I also, at the same time, I hate it. I hate seeing that he gets too much glaze when he didn't really put it out enough to be getting it. But that is not to say that he doesn't have any competition or anybody he can't beat in this gauntlet. Personally, I think he still can get past Marco. Am I saying it's an easy fight? Absolutely not. I mean, this guy was the right-hand man of the strongest man in the world. So by no means is Marco an easy feat. But at the same time, although, Marco is a flame-based ability, Sanji is also flame-based, a Frit is a mix of hockey into his kicks. So even if flames from Marco are in play, the hockey's still going to hit. And a Frit, with how fast of successive hits he can hit, I don't see the regeneration being like the key thing that would be the problem in that fight. Like I said, I don't see it being a dog walk by any means, but I still think that Sanji can eke it out. Just considering how hard it hits, how fast he can hit. The argument before, I know that, Larry brought it up. To Queen, Sanji goes invisible, but that's from Queen's perspective. At no point did we see Marco go invisible to Queen. So I would take that as an argument that maybe Sanji is faster than Marco, considering he completely lost sight of Sanji when he popped a Frit. Not once did he lose sight of Marco. I could be wrong on that, but that's just how I see it. With Cat, man, I would love for the order to be swapped a little. I'd argue that Cat is a harder fight for him than King is. Cat, both with his Devil Fruit being mochi and it being sticky, and Sanji literally only being physical attacks, whether it's hockey or not, Cat's hockey is better, regardless. His hockey was better than Snake Man Luffy at Whole Cake. So there's not really an argument that Sanji, had this ridiculous upshoot in power. I still think Cat would take Sanji out. The whole conquers into the attack. I believe that. I always kind of felt that even if he wasn't directly infusing it, he's still a conqueror himself. Conquerors, regardless, would be leaking out of Cat's attacks. Especially if he pushed Cat as hard as Luffy did at the final attack that he put on Luffy at the end of at the end of their fight. I think Cat's future sight is way too strong. The only reason why Luffy was getting around it was because he could put so much out so fast, in terms of so many punches, them just zipping around him. It's hard to keep up with. But even mid-fight, Cat still learned how to read that. Did he dodge every single one? No, but he was still, dodging some of them, which is a feat in itself, I would argue. So I think he probably just stops at Cat.
Okay.
He puts up a good fight, maybe he gets one or two good licks in. The moment he pulls out the Mochi Buzz Cut, it's kind of game. Once he gets slammed with a Conquer attack, he's not gonna get up super quick from that.
Okay. Appreciate the take. Mario.
Hello.
What's going on, man? I know it's early for you, bro. Hope you good.
It is. I just wake up, so my brain is still not fully functional. I will give my all on this. Uh, let's see. The first round, Marco. Uh, I say he definitely get past Marco at this point. Like I feel like he has risen to the level that he can do it. He would definitely get past Marco, and I say it's like a definitely a high diff mainly because of his regeneration and how both of their powers kind of cancel each other out to a certain degree. So let's move on then to the next match. Cats. This is a very tricky one because, like, just like Sanji said, like, can he really beat him? Because, like, without Future Sight, speed is definitely not gonna get you much. Because the only reason why Cat lost is because of how tangible or like how unpredictable that Snake Man is. Like even with Futures, like he saw how fast Snake Man was able to dodge one attack but got hit because it was so tangible. It land back a second back shot like it's unpredictable. Like you can't predict where it's gonna land because of how tangible or like how flexible it is, like Sanji, he's always gonna kick you in the face, straight up, whatever he's using, because of how he fights, right? So like his Ifrit, even Ifrit Jambe, Ifrit like the multi shot thing, the barrage gun, it's gonna be multiple kicks, and Cat is definitely seeing that thing coming a mile away using his future sight, but can he knock him out before he tires out? That's the biggest question that we have to ask ourselves. Because like, as hard as Cat's hit, Sanji can like sort of like heal himself or like regenerate from broken bones and stuff. So like, if let's say Mochi, the buzz cutter, knock him straight in the rib, like let's just say he got like a fracture or like internal damage, like he can just heal that. But like if he got a direct hit to the head or like direct hit to the dome of the face, can he heal from head injuries just like how he healed from like broken bones and stuff? I don't know, man. I'll say no because like it's part of your brain. If you can heal your brain from concussion or like to make you conscious again, that would be insane. So I say I'll give it to Cat this round because I don't see any possible way for him to bypass Cat's future sight to the point where he can land another attack against someone who can see the future. When your attack is only straight up to the face kick or like back kick, which Cat is definitely seeing it coming.
Okay.
Both fight will be like high to extreme diff because like it's still a harder fight, you know.
All right. Yeah.
It's kind of sad to say Sanji stops at Cat when, like, realistically speaking, his level should be way above that. But because of how his performance and how he fights, I have to say he stops at Cat, man. He has to stop at Cat. Even if like last chapter, even if Sanji like really has or like said to have conquerors, I say he still lose because like having conqueror doesn't make you win every single battle. It's like saying Don Chow is gonna win against Sanji just because he has conquerors. It doesn't make sense, right?
Hmm. Okay. Appreciate the take, Mario. Tyler.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo, you there?
yeah, I'm here.
All right, talk to us, man. How far does
All
Sanji
right,
get?
all right. If I'm being real, I feel like Sanji's got more pop than Marco, but when it comes to regenerative abilities, like Sanji can't hold a candle to Marco's regenerative abilities. Like, he could just take way more than Sanji ever could. Like I don't see Sanji doing what Marco did in Wano. I don't see Sanji tanking hits like Marco was in Marineford. Like when Garp punched Marco at Marineford, I know there was an argument a couple weeks ago. That wasn't a love tap. That was definitely,
Mm-hmm.
most definitely like a hockey infused, like, yo, I'm not letting you get close. I'm gonna knock you out. And I mean, it took him a second to get back up, but he did get back up. I don't see Sanji taking a punch from Garp like that. Um, but I do think Sanji has more pop. Marco's not. Marco's not known for popping people. but I think he gets past Marco extreme diff.
Okay.
Just because of his lethality. When it comes to Cat, I don't see him beating Cat.
Okay.
And I think it was like last episode, y'all were like having a little talk about it, little discussion about Cat. And I heard I forget if it was both the twins or one of the twins, they said Cat Cat can almost fight Big Mom, like on an even level, like they know everything about her, yeah. I don't agree with that at all. But I think Zoro would struggle with Cat right now. Like I don't know. Like who would you say? Do you say like what diff did Zoro beat Lucci at? Like was that like a mid to high diff fight? Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
He
like
kind of
mid to high.
I feel like he locked in and just one tapped him for real.
Yeah.
But
that was an interesting fight, man. I'll say that.
yeah, I don't think it should have dragged on for that long. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say he stops at Cat, and it's barely. Like I'm torn between letting him even get past Marco because I feel like Marco could just take hits from him for like hours. It really depends on how long Sanji can fight for. Like I feel like Marco is just gonna last like I'd say it'd be like a day or two fight, and I want to see if Sanji could go that far, like fight for that long. But yeah, I'll give him the pass on Marco, even though I don't want like I'm torn, but he definitely stopping at Cat.
Okay. Appreciate the take, Tyler. And then Broccoli. I saw the PFP change. I'm wondering where you're going here.
Yes, sir. Everybody I hear hyping up Sanji, all I can hear is y'all's soundboard clip of the But yeah, let's be real. He's not beating Marco. And I could just keep it short and sweet, but I just don't think he puts him down. And honestly, I don't even think Marco is the easiest fight on here. If I'm being nice, I could say I could see Sanji beating Cat, but I just don't see him beating Marco, to be honest, from my point of view. So that's where I'll go.
Yeah, I'll say this: the ranking of the first commanders was interesting. I tried to go with the consensus that I feel like I see in the community, but it varies by person to person. I've had like 4 people tell me Marco should have been 3. I had people tell me King should have been round 1. I've had people tell me that Cat should have been round 3 or 4 even. I was like, all right, okay, I don't know. So, but all right, you got him stopping, not even getting past Marco. Okay, that's
where I'm at.
Yeah, we had a couple squeak by Marcos. We had 4 stops at Cat. We had 1 stop at Rayleigh here, and 1 doesn't get past Marco. So there's a big range, I guess, between like the highest and the lowest vote on here. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes to deliberate. At 7:05 my time, we're stopping. So go ahead.
Who said he stops at Rayleigh?
I did.
How do you figure he beats 3 people Zoro struggles with?
Well, because in the series, I haven't seen Marco use that much hockey against most of his ops.
I think it's more of Marco outlasting what Sanji can do. That's why I was like I'm probably low-key gonna switch to he stops at Marco because Marco just can last forever. Like you can just take hits from way stronger people like consistently.
I was seeing Marco block 2 admirals at the same time at Marineford.
Like, yeah.
3 time skip.
He's a defensive powerhouse.
And now we're hyping up Sanji for blocking. Blocking.
I don't remember that.
I don't count that.
Hold on. When did he do that? I don't remember that.
When did he do that?
Hang on, I was just looking at the panels. I'll pull them up.
I know he blocked Akainu,
like
but I mean, he didn't last with that block against Akainu. Akainu kind of pushed through him after a couple seconds.
I have a panel right here. Marco blocking the Sacred Jewel, and he says, "I'm not going to let you take the king first." When he was trying to kill Whitebeard.
Oh, okay.
That's
not a hockey attack.
Hold on, that's a single admiral. You said 2 admirals at the same time. Hold on now.
And plus,
That's
Okay,
is it
so
real? That's just a
but
laser.
this is
That's not
all
like
at moving forward,
Kizaru
right?
actually like trying to kick him or nothing. That's just like a ranged shot.
I mean, it
Well,
was meant for Whitebeard.
I'd also put it like this: is Kizaru putting hockey into every single one of those light shots?
No.
I don't think
And
so.
if Sanji is fighting Marco and kicking him with a frit, every shot he's hitting is hockey infused. He's using armament whenever he uses a frit. It
Nah,
states it
but
literally in the
like
panel
no.
Are you
when he
saying
unlocks it.
Sanji is admiral level?
No, but I'm just
No.
saying that the argument that the sacred jewel attack is an effective attack to say that Marco is this guy when
No,
there's
no,
no
I'm
hockey in
No,
They
I
those.
feel
both
like it
they
would.
both
I'm
block
fine.
that
I'm
I
attack
fine
feel like
like
it
locking
no
would
in
diff.
though.
still.
But
Nah,
I'm saying if we're
Marco's
gonna
not
hype
admiral level.
Sanji up, if we're gonna hype
I feel like it
Sanji up
would
at
still would.
Egghead,
It wouldn't do too
saying, "Oh, he
much
blocked
because
the
It's
light
crazy
attack."
how you'll say that Marco is. I mean, you'll sit up here and say that Sanji. We're hyping up Sanji. I mean, well, we're hyping up Marco, and you're hyping up Sanji, which don't have as many feats as Marco.
Exactly.
Like, how are you
the,
gonna
the,
come at us for hyping up somebody who got more feats than the person you trying to convince everybody, not including yourself, that he's better than? Come on, bro. That ain't making no sense, bro. Marco
It's
way
not
better
even
feats than
oh,
Sanji. Sanji ain't.
it's
He's
not
not
the
there yet,
argument.
brother. It ain't nothing
It's
wrong. He's just not there yet, bro.
it's not the argument of feats. I mean, like I said, every attack that he uses with a frit is hockey based.
oh no
Everything that
no no hold on.
everything
We
that
don't. That's not
Yeah,
confirmed.
it
That's your
yeah.
absolutely
Okay,
is.
assumption.
Here,
okay.
let me read the panel for you. A sturdy exoskeleton, enhanced strength, and super speed. I'll make use of them all. If I pair the exoskeleton protection with my armament
If
hockey training, my legs
if
should be able to stand flames much hotter than before. So
if
we can confirm with every use of Ifrit Jambe
he
that
said
he is
if.
using armament. No, yeah, but he's saying that doing
I don't
that
have a problem with that.
allows him to
I
Even
mean,
use
yeah,
the
even if
frit.
even if he uses armament attacks, I don't think it would be work as much as like how you said. Because like let's take a step back and look at Luffy versus Katakuri. Every single attack that Luffy used was coded with armament hockey to a certain degree, but it still couldn't penetrate Cat
Yes.
because he was turning into Mochi.
I
Cat
personally
literally hurt his fist, bro.
I
Like,
have Cat. I have him losing at Cat. That's
No,
my
no, no.
argument.
I'm not
yeah.
talking about. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about where he lost. I'm talking about like if Luffy's armament hockey fist was able to punch through Cat without harming him, is it too unfair for me to say like it wouldn't work on Marco the Ifrit was really hockey infused? I don't think it will work too much because it's regeneration. Like, is it really like
So it will work on him.
Logia?
It'll work on him. It'll definitely work on him.
I
The problem is, it's not that it won't work on him. The problem is he going to be able to produce enough of those to put Marco down? And that's what the
I say
problem is.
yes.
I just don't
He's
I
think
not going to
so.
be
saw
able to.
I don't
He's
think
I say
not going to be
yes.
able to,
How
bro.
I
much?
saw Sanji use 7 to 10 attacks in like a single manga page to
How?
hit Queen.
Now, how many
Okay,
attacks? How
but
many of
how?
those attacks did it take to actually put Queen down?
Like all of them.
He hit
yeah.
all, but the last one he used
That's
to
what I'm
push him
saying, bro.
out.
Like, are we forgetting that? Like, it took
Did
a bunch
he?
of them. It wasn't like 2 or 3 hits and he was down. Like, he had to repeatedly keep kicking this man,
Yeah,
keep
but
kicking this
that
Queen
man.
got the
same
durability
process.
though.
Yeah,
Marco does not.
he's an
When
ancient zone.
Marco can regenerate.
Hold on.
look,
He
when
has
No,
durability.
no,
Come
there's,
on, act
there's,
like
Bro,
you don't have no durability, bro. Come on,
there's,
don't do
there's
that.
a
when
difference
Sanji
between
unlocks
durability
Conqueror's
and
hockey,
regeneration.
Queen was
He has
literally
both.
like
He has both. We're not gonna
Queen.
act like he don't.
I think
Like okay,
Sanji's got
so
to unlock Conqueror's hockey to actually be able to
You
do
guys,
something.
that is time.
what?
Is anybody changing their vote? I got another group
Yeah,
in
I'm
here.
Nope.
switching.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna change
Nope.
switching.
mine.
I'm not switching.
I'm gonna change mine.
All right, you going
Still
down
saying he gets the
to
Rayleigh.
He is not getting past Marco.
okay,
That's great. But
Yeah,
okay,
same here.
okay.
He's not, bro. He
Same.
ain't got enough to put him down, bro. I'm sorry.
He gets the
Not right now.
Rayleigh.
You know where I'm
What
at.
he needs to unlock Conqueror's hockey to be able to put Marco down, and he needs to be able to utilize it.
Okay.
I don't
There you
think
go.
Conqueror's
Utilize.
no man.
Utilize is the key word because he can unlock it and
All-
be like Kid. You know what I'm saying? He can
all
unlock
I'm saying, all
be the
I'm
lower
saying,
form of Don Chinchao. You know what I'm saying? Like it's utilization. We know that.
I'm
He
gonna
gotta be able
pull
to
one out of Kaido's book, Hockey Above All, with Marco
So, Kid
being
above all?
with
Let's
Marco
not use
being
that.
Marco's
Let's
got
be
hockey
real
though.
here.
Guys, one at a
he's got
time, and I gotta
Marco.
wrap.
I get he's got hockey. I do. I don't think he's weak in hockey, but he does not use it consistently. Can I say that
He uses
Sanji
it.
has really either? No.
He
I
uses it
mean,
on a defensive basis. That's how Marco Like
but
I swear he uses it to defend and to like not go down. Like he just keeps getting up because he can regenerate with his devil fruit and he can block hockey attacks because he has hockey. He doesn't
yeah,
like throw punches with it.
but he's got to coat that section. Can he keep up with Sanji's repeated hits and put
Absolutely.
hockey
Yeah.
on every
Absolutely.
spot? I don't think he
Absolutely.
can.
All
I don't
right.
think he can.
I gotta
But
get another group in here. I appreciate the takes, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Uh,
All right.
All right,
Appreciate
y'all.
it, bro.
Hey,
stay
look
safe.
forward to the
Thank you.
wheel next week, man. The wheel's coming back on next call.
Listen, I won the last wheel, technically, the very last
Larry,
one.
he did. He won a round
I
of
got
the
a
wheel.
I W, man.
Finally,
Finally.
right? He finally got it.
Crazy.
He finally
man.
took a dub.
Crazy. All right.
But all right, y'all have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to sleep, man.
Yeah, get some rest, bro.
Yeah, I wake up for this, man. I wake up just for this.
All right. Oh, did Hitta and Toby leave? All right.
Yeah, they left him. They left a minute ago.
We got a couple more super chats to read. So we got 5 from Tiberius. It says Sanji is going to get sticky from Cat? Question marks. Hey yo. Another 10 gifted from Agent Q. Thank you, Agent. That'll get a couple more people in here. And another 20 from Villain D Juice. It says only bring up Sanji fans, but bring them up, Seb. Hashtag Sanji season. Hashtag the King of Cooks. I think he's next up. I gotta Twilight. You've been keeping track of who's wet and who hasn't, because
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
bet. All right, I'm gonna bring up these 3 tiered members: Mamba Kid, Alcazar, and Villain, and then I need 2 more that haven't went yet. I'm gonna go. Who did I see in there? Let's get Aaron in here, and let's get Cabone in here. All right, that's 5. Welcome, gentlemen. I'm assuming. As y'all know, it's Sanji season, and it's gonna be a right-hand gauntlet for Sanji to kind of try to clear. Round 1 will be Marco the Phoenix. Round 2 will be Katakuri. Round 3 will be King the Wildfire. Round 4 will be Old Rayleigh. And round 5 will be Kuzan. Where does he stop? Or can he clear this gauntlet? Or does he not get it past anyone? Let us know. Y'all each will have 1 minute to give your take on this matchup. And then you'll have a 5-minute deliberation round where you guys talk amongst yourselves. Villain, I don't know what you're doing, but shut that up.
Oh, my fault. I'm taking a hole. I'll be myself.
Well, we can start with Villain, man. What's up?
Oh, you're.
Yeah, and thank you for the 20,
All
man.
right.
Appreciate that.
Oh, for sure. It was dead in the entrance area. So you feel me? Trying to bring some folks up. All right. So it's round 4 is Rayleigh, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I have Sanji stopping at Rayleigh. I think Rayleigh is the insurmountable force at this point in time for him to not naturally evolve as a character in that fight or to figure out something just based off his general battle IQ. When it comes to the characters that we see before him, Sanji is not a slouch when it comes to his ability to obviously assess. That's literally like the first thing we saw him do in the most recent battle. It's a testament to his character overall, being like the observation-leaning individual. But with the overwhelming force that Conqueror's Haki can inflict on your opponents, and Rayleigh being the first true Conqueror Haki user, because Cat doesn't actually infuse anything with intention. I'm saying that that's the one hurdle that he could not surpass in this gauntlet.
Okay. Appreciate the take, Villain. We'll move on to Cabone.
Hey, So I got Sanji stopping at Rayleigh as well.
Okay.
I agree with villain. Characters infusing your conquerors into your attacks, AE advanced conquerors, and just being able to knock out fodder are two completely different things. I think to this day, arguing that category can use it outside of just knocking out people is ridiculous. And arguing that he uses it in his attacks is arguing that he does have advanced conquerors, which is just factually incorrect. So to crux of this argument is that none of these characters have enough power to put down Sanji. So the Sanji's durability, we can scale it up to the last thing that knocked him out, which is Imu's kick. I don't think these characters below Rayleigh can have any sort of AP to match that. So if they don't have anything like that, eventually Sanji will just overcome them in the fight, figure out their weakness, categories, observation runs out, as Luffy says so, making him just weaker in general. King has a gimmick that Sanji can overcome. Dumber character like Zoro can figure it out, Sanji can figure it out. Marco will just stamina issues, he'll just lose out eventually, and that's where I have mine.
Okay. Appreciate the take. We'll move on to Mama Kid.
Yeah, I got I say you stop at Rayleigh too, but like I feel like each fight's gonna be really tough. Like the Marco fight could go either way as well. I just don't think he has enough attack power to put Sanji down. I feel like it's just gonna be a stalemate. I feel like Sanji outlasts that. Cat, I just don't think he isn't as durable as Sanji is, and the observations there, the conquer is there, but I feel like Sanji is pretty quick too. Like I feel like he's faster than when Luffy was when he was fighting him. I feel like Sanji, like if he catches Cat, can put him down. King, I feel like is the toughest one. That can go either way as well. I feel like that just depends if Sanji can figure out like his flame, and when he does figure it out, if he can put King down. I feel like out of all the characters, King has the most attack power to put Sanji down. But I feel like I'll give Sanji the edge, extreme diff, and I definitely feel like he stops at Rayleigh. I don't think he gets past that.
Okay. Appreciate the take. We'll go to Aaron.
So this is very close for the first 3 rounds. I actually think he stops at Cat, but King should be like round 2 and Cat should be 3. But so what I think about Marco is Sanji, he has enough strength to actually put any of the first 3 rounds down, but the way he fights isn't something that is like unstoppable. Like for Katakuri, he can morph his body in ways that it's difficult. It's like he can morph his body in ways that a human body like won't work. Like he can make his arm a whole loop, and he can like make his arm a third arm, and then like get a punch from that or something like that. For King, I feel like Sanji, he has the speed to take down King. King's his gimmick isn't too tough, but like it's how they actually beat King. Like if he goes if the I'm thinking about the choreography of the fight. Like how can Sanji actually speed blitz King? He can't. King has enough power because King has a sword, so he has enough power to actually damage Sanji in ways that I think Sanji cannot heal from, because a stab wound is different from blunt force. And like that's the same with Marco, because Marco has talents. Like his whole thing is with feet, and like except for Katakuri, but like he can use Mochi to make these stuff. But like every person here has sharp objects that Sanji cannot heal from. He can put his body back together, but there is no way he can heal like actual slash wounds. So I want to say he stops at Katakuri because Katakuri is an actual conqueror. Like he can actually use it, and therefore he won't be able to get put down so easily. You can say Marco can, but Katakuri definitely will not get put down as easily as any of the first 3. So yeah, I think because Katakuri also has a high mobility, like just he has high mobility, and he's a bad matchup for Sanji. All of them are, because like I don't know how, but every matchup here is speedsters, so it's very hard to think about fights like that.
Okay.
I think he stops at Katakuri. Yeah.
Appreciate the take, Aaron. We'll move on to Alcazar.
Yes. Sanji obviously has a extremely high level of potential, and I think we should consider that this isn't Sanji at his peak. We should still factor that in. So all of the characters on this list, he's going to be stronger eventually. But if we're being reasonable, and I'm considering where he should stop, I would probably stop him at Kuzan. I would want to stop him at Katakuri because of the future sight and Conqueror's Hockey. Personally, believe battle IQ and experience is extremely important, and Katakuri both has extremely high level of battle IQ, and he has decades of experience. So I think that naturally gives him an extremely logical advantage over Sanji. But I believe that Sanji has enough. He has a strong enough will to at least push the battle to an outcome that Katakuri had. I do think that he would get past Katakuri and then Rayleigh, and then I believe both Katakuri and Rayleigh would be high diff fights, and I think Rayleigh would be tougher than most people would expect, but I think Sanji can get past Rayleigh. At the very least, he will be able to wear him down. Sanji's endurance is probably his most underappreciated aspect. He could probably last longer, in my opinion, than Zoro in a fight, and that's probably what he would leverage the most against a fighter like Rayleigh. Rayleigh's not going to last as long as Sanji. Kuzan, just put it simply, I don't think Sanji can perform as well as Kuzan did against Garp, even with the same amount of help. I don't think Kuzan's performing or Sanji's performing as well as Kuzan. So until Sanji unlocks his Conqueror's Hockey and learns to use it competently, I don't think he could beat Kuzan. So I think he gets there and stops.
Good. Appreciate the take. All right, so we had 3 stops at Rayleigh and 1 stops at Cat and 1 stops at Kuzan. Y'all will have 5 minutes to deliberate amongst y'all selves to see if y'all can sway anybody's vote. So take it away.
I just want to quickly say something about Katakuri's Conqueror's Hockey. It might be an anime thing. Might be where people get their misconception, but guys, characters before the rooftop on Wano, specifically Luffy and Zoro, these guys cannot use their conquerors aside from just knocking out fodder characters. If the character you're fighting doesn't get knocked out by your conquerors, specifically by Doflamingo or Katakuri, it's not doing anything in this fight. It's literally useless. So it's coming down to his armament and future sight. So I don't know
So
why
the
we still
reason,
think these characters can use it.
no, when I say conquerors, it's that a specific trait of conquerors is that they will not give up on the fight or something like of that matter. If I say Katakuri because of his conquerors will push Sanji more, that's what I mean.
It's really the
Sanji,
future side. Future side is very rare. It's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
rare.
The conquerors thing, though, you're saying the traits that make Katakuri a conqueror are the reasons, not the intentional infusion, the traits. And we literally
that's what I'm
just found out Sanji has the traits of a conqueror. So, and you know what I'm saying? Seb is spitting about this all week, but I'm like, if you're gonna use the fact that Katakuri embodies what a conqueror is in battle, in moments of high stress and high difficulty, Sanji embodies that in general, or else he wouldn't be a candidate for a Conqueror's Hockey right now.
But Katakuri actually has it. There's a
He's been
difference
doing it for
between
decades.
having it.
But he's not using
Katakuri
it
can
though.
express it and actually knock other people out.
What does it do?
Commander,
He can't put it into his attacks. What does he do with his conquerors?
It's not about putting it into his attack.
No, he
It's that
doesn't. Now
was
you're
blowing on his
because
hands
he
because
can
he attached.
express his Conqueror's Hockey, it means that he is at the level where that Conqueror's Hockey will influence the fight. Sanji, if there is a 10-minute battle or let's say Luffy and Katakuri's battle, that was hours, 11 hours or something. I don't
8
know.
hours, I believe.
Yeah. I'm saying during that duration, Katakuri will continue, because of his conqueror's traits, will be able to maintain the level stronger than Sanji can maintain the level.
But you're referencing traits again, though. You're referencing the traits of the character, not the utilization of either his Conqueror's Hockey is not with the burst that we know Katakuri is capable of, or it's not a factor. Because you can't name a time in the series in which Sanji has given up on a fight or not finished what he started.
Unless it's a woman, but we know why that's the reason.
Yeah, he didn't start the fight though. He didn't give up. He never started the fight. That's you know what I'm saying.
Let's find another way to
Alright,
win.
so look.
Not giving up.
Alright. So one of the reasons why I said he will lose to Cat is because of that trait. But another reason is because Luffy in Snake Man, every time his arms bend, they accelerate. Sanji, he has Geppo, probably he can accelerate. But I think that Luffy's fist is a harder target to dodge than Sanji's whole body.
We can see Jack Culverin, we can't see Sanji.
When Katakuri figured out that Luffy was able to accelerate around Katakuri to hit him, then Katakuri just started deforming his body. He never got hit until he tried to hit Luffy, and that's when Luffy would also hit Katakuri. Sanji,
Okay, that's a good point. But the
Sanji,
thing is,
I can say, he needs to be close. All right, he has to speed up like in a straight line, in a jump all around. Like he's good at 3D 3D mobility.
So do you have him at Rayleigh or Katakuri?
I have him at Katakuri, losing to Katakuri.
Stopping at Katakuri?
Yeah.
Do you think what do you think he has to put Sanji down? Or yeah.
For Katakuri. So what I think, because Katakuri, he attacked Luffy when he was transforming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sanji doesn't have to transform.
And there's no way you can tell me that Katakuri cannot break Sanji's bones. Can Katakuri break Sanji's bones?
Absolutely not.
Sanji has regeneration, even if he did.
Yeah, I mean, he'll just
So that means
snap him
Queen
back
can
into
break
place.
Sanji's bones and Katakuri can't.
But how is Sanji getting around that
Sanji at the
level of
start.
future sight? How is Sanji getting around that level of future sight? Beyond
Hold on, I
speed,
got a question.
because-
I got an answer for that.
I got Sanji stronger than a Gear 4 Luffy.
No, but the
faster
thing
and
is,
stronger
guys,
than a Gear 4 Luffy.
why are we treating Future Sight like it's this ability he could just spam infinitely? Luffy straight up said it, and Katakuri doesn't deny it. Future Sight, just like any other hockey, can run out. It can run out, guys, and it probably doesn't take that much time.
He said that he was his emotions. He wasn't in control of his emotions. He said that he told Luffy, he said, "You got me riled up, but I'm locked in now." And then they continued to fight. And then after that, Luffy struggled just like he did in the beginning to hit him, even in Snake Man, even though he was just hitting him. Because the second Katakuri detected what was going on and stopped being emotional, then he started performing well in the fight. That's why in the end, Luffy was in a hole 18 feet in the ground.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to.
Yo, that is 5.
Oh, no, please.
That's 5.
Oh, you said we get one more remark, right?
Last second remarks. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Villain.
I appreciate you. Alcazar, for you to say that Rayleigh could outlast Sanji, it's the damage output that he can do with his mastery of Conqueror's Haki, and I mean just Haki in general, that similarly to what Garb showed us against Aokiji, that regardless of your youth and your ability to last in a normal fight, I'm still just that superior to you. So I don't feel like saying that he could outlast him and just ignore the damage that he can be done to is a fair argument against
I think that's kind of what Luffy did to Katakuri. So if you've seen it before, sorry.
No, you're good.
I just want to say one thing, Larry. I find it hilarious that you have Rayleigh above Katakuri, the character that admitted to being Blackbeard's inferior. That's all I'm gonna say.
I didn't make this.
No, he
I
didn't.
thought you guys
He
had a
didn't.
consensus. Okay. But do you agree? Is Rayleigh above?
Wait,
Katakuri?
you'd have had Cat over Rayleigh?
Definitely.
Would I have had Cat over Rayleigh?
Yeah, in the Gauntlet.
Only Rayleigh can put down Cat.
Yeah,
not saying that.
He's stopping at Rayleigh for sure.
Doesn't have to.
Cat don't be Rayleigh.
Really? Rayleigh has all advanced forms of hockey. Cat only has.
Sanji can punch his body back together.
Cat's just not durable enough, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll let Larry
Yeah, that's
ponder
amazing.
on that, but I have to get another group in here, y'all. So appreciate
Yes,
the
sir.
takes.
All
See y'all in a bit.
Sir?
All right.
How I want to do this?
Larry, take a breath, bro.
Almost
Bro,
dropped
the
it.
chat is killing me, bro.
Yeah, I see you in there debating with them, man.
Bro,
funny.
they're just so uninformed.
Listen,
Yeah, it gets crazy in chat sometimes.
It comes down to how you view Buzzcut Mochi. I will say I'll acknowledge I feel I was wrong. I didn't think it was a Conqueror's infused attack, but I'll acknowledge that I think it is now. See, that's growth. That's what it's supposed to be, y'all.
Yeah,
if you get
I appreciate
new
that.
information, change your view on things. All right.
Yeah, they kept spamming. He didn't use it, and I'm like, if you look at the Cap versus Luffy fight, Luffy does 3 types of culverines. He does the regular culverine, and then he does the jet culverine, and then he does King Cobra, which is the Conqueror's infused culverine, which he also adds armament hockey to, not advanced armament hockey. So when he does that, that's signifying the King Cobra's Conquerors, the same way he used it against Doflamingo, where he was using in Bound Man like regular Kong gun, and then at the very end he did King Kong gun. It just signifies like when Luffy does King something, that's him using Conquerors. So Dofi in return, that's why I say Dofi was using Conquerors, because Katakuri is using Conquerors in his attack to combat it. You feel me? So he uses it twice. And I didn't even notice that so many people think that advanced Conquerors is basically regular armament, like not even the advanced version, just regular armament infused with Conquerors. They think that's advanced Conquerors hockey. But I'm in chat telling them like, no, it's the advanced form of armament or of observation. So it's like Future Sight or Rio plus Conquerors hockey. That's what makes it advanced. You have to have an advanced version of something. And they're like, nah, yo.
People be stubborn, man. That's One Piece fans. Always has been, always will be. But we got 9 New Zealand dollars from Baboy. It says, Chur Goats. Who do y'all think deserves or should be a Conqueror that isn't? I think we've always said that we were under the impression that like Nolan and Calgara were probably Conquerors, whether it was like realized or shown to us or not. I think us as a panel have always said that. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I've said was I mean, Sanji was my big one. I'm still torn on Blackbeard. I want him to be. I think he acts in such a way that it'd be tough. I also think you can get more out of the story by making him not a Conqueror as far as the narrative goes. But he's probably a Conqueror.
Jinbei.
Yeah, I was about to say Bossman Jinbei.
Bossman Jinbei.
I've never personally seen it with Jinbei, but maybe I need to re-look at that.
Hey.
What you mean you've never seen it?
Yeah, I was gonna say that Big Mom scene.
I've never seen
Yeah.
That was some real Conqueror energy right there.
Bro stood down a Big Mom Conqueror, said treat or life, bro. And he looked at her and said, yo, how am I gonna be afraid of you when I'm gonna be serving the king of the pirates?
Facts.
Tough, bro. You crazy.
And I ain't gonna lie, after the recent events, I mean, especially with Sanji being confirmed, I'm saying Brook even.
Yo.
Brook? I never saw her Brook either.
What you mean? When he was scared?
No, I'm saying I never saw. He mentioned Brook. I'm saying I never saw it with Brook either. As far as
with Brook?
Yeah, I said with recent events, I could see Brook with how Sanji got it and the way he's getting it. See, I can see Brook getting it. Just saying.
I'll be honest, bro. He deserves it more than Kid does, bro.
Bro?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, bro. The trauma, bro.
Surviving trauma doesn't make you a Conqueror by itself.
Does it not?
Man's gonna be the king of music. That can be his Conqueror epithet.
He already the soul
king of music right there. Exactly. Exactly.
Hold on, Seb. Let me ask you a real question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a real question. You think Kid can survive by himself for 50 years on a ship with nobody?
Man.
Yo, bro. He probably gonna swallow a nail, bro, and just call it a day.
See, my him not surviving is more and it's funny because this is gonna be part of the reason why I think Brook isn't a conqueror, or at least ties into it. I don't think any conqueror would stay on the ship. You get what I mean? Like, they'd be like, yo, I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm gonna figure out a way, something. I'm not just gonna waste 50 years here, whether
What
I'm
you thought
dead or
Brook was
not.
doing?
Yeah, I was saying, you don't think he tried?
Yeah, listen,
Brook was trying for 50 years,
I
bro.
think he would have died. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying Brook would have died. Not Brook. Kid would have died trying to get off the ship harder. Like it would have been goofy or whatever. But he'd be like, yo, I'm not staying here. Even if I die, I don't care. I'm not sitting here. I'm not wandering this Florian Triangle area like this.
You know what that sounds like, Twilight? Sounds like it sounds like Kid ain't a conqueror then.
Hold on, Larry. You think Ace would have stayed on the ship? Like Brook
No, he
did?
would have flew away.
No, but I'm saying no, he doesn't have any powers. I'm saying he would have used his ghost-like ability or whatever to be like, yo, I'm abandoning my body and I'm gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just float for however long I need to survive. Brook got to the body and went, okay, I made it. And it's like, okay, now how do I get out of here? Instead of even just abandoning his body and trying to continue on living somehow, some other way. And maybe I'm misunderstanding the situation, but I don't envision any of the conquerors that we know just being like, dang, this kind of sucks. Hopefully somebody comes to get me one day.
Let's just let a dead man stay dead, you know?
All right, listen. You brought him up, man. I didn't bring him up. Also, that was a pun, whether you wanted it to be or not, considering you talking about Brook and Kid.
I know. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's a +2. +2.
I'll give you that one. All right, let's get another group in here. I see a couple more tiered members, so let's get Davy the Oaks and Loose Dog in here. And then let's get another couple people in here. We had Jaeger already. Let's get Girthquake in here. Let's get Mellow in here. I think Xerxes was in there for a while. Let's get Xerxes in here. And then, is that 5? I think that's 5. All right. Before we get to you guys, like the stream. If you haven't already, it does help with the YouTube algorithm. And we got another €5 from Josie Dirts. It says, if Sanji can kick hard enough to dissipate a laser without hockey, if he caught Marco with it, it would rock him bad. Marco can't dodge everything. Okay. And then another 5 from Creative Broccoli. Sanji gets low diffed by Rebecca. #gawk gawk. Okay. Appreciate that one, y'all. But all right. What's going on, everybody? We have a right-hand man gauntlet, DDT. You know the vibes you got with Diff and why. Sanji is up. Round 1 is Marco. Round 2 is Cat. Round 3 is King. Round 4 is Old Rayleigh. And round 5 is Kuzan. Can Sanji clear it? Or does he stop at round 1? Let us know where y'all think Sanji stops or if he clears this gauntlet. Each of you will have 1 minute to give us your take on how far he gets. And then there'll be a 5-minute deliberation round. So, starting with Davy. Talk to me, man. How far do you think Sanji gets?
All right. His first fight against Marco, that's a hard fight right there. I don't know how to place Marco. I'm going to say maybe he outbeats Marco just with his newfound attempt at using Conquerors because he hasn't even tried to use it yet. So once he does use it, we can't say he's going to be able to utilize it. But that might give him the edge over Marco, but he gets squashed by Cat.
Okay.
Cat just has way better utilization, future sight, all kind. Like his stats are way higher.
All right. Appreciate the take, Davey. We'll go to Loose. Loose, talk to me, man.
All right. What's up? I got him stopping at Ray League.
Okay.
And I think round 1 through 3 is all extreme diff. And at the end of the day, what's going to be the deciding factor is the straw hat difference. Maybe that's too much narrative scaling, but I think this is a very good DDT in that is all these, every answer that everyone's give. I think there's an avenue for almost anything. and so I'm ready to get into it. But that is what I got.
Is straw hat tax fair in a DDT?
I don't know. Probably. I think it's just that tough.
Okay. I'll
I
take
can
it.
understand. I can be convinced.
Okay. So you got him stopping at Rayleigh. Okay. Next, we'll go to Xerxes.
I say he stops at King.
Okay.
I'll wait for the 5-minute discussion.
Okay. All right. Next, we'll go to Girthquake.
All right. Honestly, I got him beating Marco. I know Marco's able to negate flames. However, the boost that Ifrit Janbei gives is, it's like speed and it's power. He gets that and he's using that. Marco can't take that away until he makes contact with him. And since he can just speed blitz him and hit him with it, he can put him down. Cat, I think if Sanji gets caught by Cat's awakening, he can burn through the mochi and escape. I think he is fast enough to get away from to just speed blitz Katakuri's future sight, and I think he does have the pop to put Cat down. King, I feel like you just need Conqueror's Hockey in order to beat him. So until Sanji actually shows it, I'm not giving it to him until he's able actually to show his Conqueror's Hockey. So I'm just gonna have him stop him at King then.
Okay. Appreciate the take. And Mello.
Yeah, so this one was a little bit tricky for me. So just starting off with round one, I think he does get past Marco just straight off hockey. I think Marco, that's going to be a long battle of attrition, like somebody said earlier. I think overall Sanji's use of hockey will get him by Marco just barely. I think it's a high diff fight for Sanji just because of Marco's Devil Fruit and how durable Marco is. Round two is where I'm a little bit concerned because I just don't think Sanji will get past that future set. I mean, we know Sanji's fast. We know Luffy's fast. Luffy couldn't get past that future sight without taking the time to literally learn it himself in order to have some level of hockey of future sight to be on equal footing with him. But while I say that, I think current Sanji, knowing about his Conqueror's Hockey or that he could still get it, I think he could beat King if he was to be in a one-on-one fight. Just barely. I think that would be an extreme diff fight, and it would take all of his hockey, and he would for sure have to bloom. But I think he's fast enough to keep up with Flame Off King and can definitely do some damage when his flames off. But I think he would lose to Katakuri. So for that reason, I just have to say he stops at Cat.
Okay. Appreciate the take. All right, y'all will have 5 minutes to deliberate amongst yourselves to see if you can sway the voters to your side. We had 1 vote for Old Man Rayleigh, 2 votes for stopping at King, and 1 vote for stopping at Cat. Talk to amongst yourselves, and I'll let y'all know when the time is up.
I'll go up to King if you'll come down from Rayleigh.
Y'all trading? What is that?
Like a little Pokemon.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, we gotta make it even, man.
That's so crazy. Y'all are trading. That's wild. I'll mute up. Go
So
ahead. Go
okay,
ahead.
I guess since I'm the only one going for Rayleigh, I'll start. So I guess for me, from hearing people's things, I think the big difference, I guess, is how much you rate his awakening and like the Germa genes. Like when I saw Queen swing the big sword at Sanji and it shatter when Sanji seemingly wasn't even paying attention, he's going through a mental crisis. I really rated that moment. I was like, oh my God, Sanji's base durability is like crazy. And so I don't think I think Katakuri is the scariest one on here personally. And so while I don't think his hockey compares to Katakuri, I do think like if his base does. And so it's like if they're straight up boxing without hockey, I think Sanji would whoop him. But like if they were they were both using hockey without like the awakening, I think Katakuri would whoop him. So that's why I think with the awakening and with Sanji's hockey where it's at, I think it would, and like his speed, I think there's something there. I think there is something there.
To be honest, I just wanted to say that no touching is advanced regular hockey because we've seen Roger. We can all say that Divine Departure is a Conqueror's coded attack, right? So since that's a Conqueror's coded attack, and he sent Odin flying, it didn't go through him; it was touching him. So that was advanced form of Conqueror's hockey. Meanwhile, when Shanks used it, it went through Kid, it went through Killer, and it went through the whole ship. Now that was purposely help. I mean, that was also with the help of Dan Pump. But I just think people just not understanding the difference between the hockey. Because even Zebek has advanced form of Conqueror's hockey, and his attacks weren't going through people. It wasn't not touching them. It was sending them flying. But I'm just going to say I'm not going to change my thing. I think he does stop that thing.
Can anybody tell me one conqueror that Sanji's faced before?
Zoro.
Doflamingo.
No, that doesn't count.
Luffy.
Doflamingo.
I mean, I think
Luffy, Zoro,
that's sort of kind of like, I mean, he hasn't like faced Zoro, but it's like he's the monster trio. Like I also subscribe to that. I do think Zoro is stronger than Sanji, but like Sanji's right there. Like I always think there's never been an opponent that Zoro has fought that I thought that if Sanji didn't fight, like he would just straight up get super destroyed. Like I think he would obviously put up a fight. And
Kaido?
Okay,
That
saying
wasn't a
Zoro
one-on-one.
fought Kaido is not fair.
He cut him, didn't he?
Mr. One?
I think there's sorry.
Yeah, Mr. One? How's he cutting through Mr. One?
That's what I was gonna say. It's funny, you said that's the one where Zoro or Sanji would definitely lose. I think Sanji would lose to Mr. One, but that's a long time ago.
I'd say
I think
overall,
every time Sanji gets hit by Conqueror's hockey, for real, he's going to feel different. That's going to affect his exoskeleton.
So I think that's a very fair point. I definitely think if Sanji gets hit, there's a good chance he just loses. But in my mind, it's like Sanji's really, really fast. I think he's faster than Katakuri. He's got the shave. He's able to move in the air. And so while I do think Katakuri does also have future sight, and so that is a very, obvious counter to speed, which is why I think it's a very extreme diff. And I even threw out that we're gonna maybe even need a little narrative in there because it's gonna be really, really hard. But at the end of the day, if Oda writes somehow Kat and Sanji fighting, I just don't see Sanji losing. I see Sanji dodging. I see him being really fast, and that's yeah.
So I agree with most of the things that you said. And like I said earlier, I do think Sanji could take it to the King and could beat King. But I just rate Katakuri a little bit slightly higher than King because of the hockey in the future sight. So, and we saw how Luffy beat Katakuri. So, and what it took to put Katakuri down with an Awakened Devil Fruit. So, and I do rate Sanji highly. So what attack would Sanji end up doing that's going to put Katakuri down?
So I get that's all. Oh, sorry.
And if you want to talk about that, when Luffy and Katakuri was fighting, Luffy, when they was fighting, Luffy is a stationary target, and what I mean by that is when Luffy's doing his punches with his Snake Man form, he was staying in one spot. So for Katakuri to keep hitting Luffy, it's easier when Luffy's standing in one spot and he's just moving his arms. Hitting somebody who's flying around you like a fly, it's a lot harder to hit. So to use Luffy and Katakuri's fight versus someone who can maneuver in the air a lot better, I don't think you can.
We're not talking about the speed. I'm saying Luffy had to use one of his strongest attacks at that time to put Katakuri down. What attack power could Sanji have to put Katakuri down?
So I definitely Sorry. I see what you're saying, and I definitely understand. Like we need like some output.
That's time. 1 minute, one minute for y'all to rebuttal of each other. The last things.
On that point specifically, I always have just kind of rated Sanji's strength really high. Like I think we've been seeing him kill dinosaurs with his kicks, and now that he's awakened, we seemingly have that power on top of what we've already seen with a lot of power. And so I do think his power has been underrated in the conversation. I don't think it's like if Sanji kicks him in the jaw, like it's gonna hurt. That's kind of
And that's fair. If you think Sanji's base level attack power can match Katakuri, then I definitely see how you get there. Like I said, I think he could beat King too. So
I just think like with Sanji's base power is higher than Katakuri's. Katakuri's hockey is better than Sanji's, and so with Sanji with the combined, I think there is an argument that they're going to clash, and it's going to be a good fight. So yeah, extreme diff and Sanji wins. That's me still.
All right. Nobody changed their vote, it sounds like. Guys, appreciate the take. I got to get another group in here. So y'all have a good night.
you too.
Peace.
All right. I think that was everyone. All right. Let me check. All right. We didn't get any new super chats. So, all right, let's get another group in here. Let's get Elfio. Davy's already still. Oh, dang, wrong chat. I might have to start having you pull and drop people. Twilight, struggling here.
Am I? Yeah, I do. I guess I do. I am able to do that now, huh?
All right, hold on. Hold on. Is that 5? 1, 2,
That would
3,
be-
4.
Oh wow, I'm here.
Yeah, that's 5.
That's 5. I bet. All right, let's talk about it, y'all. Sanji is running the right-hand man gauntlet in round 1. He will face Marco round 2, Katakuri round 3, King round 4, Old Rayleigh, and round 5, Kuzan. He'll have full recovery after each round. Fair and reasonable speculation is allowed in DDTs, as always. And y'all will each have 1 minute to give your take on how far you think Sanji gets, if he clears or if he can't beat anyone on this gauntlet. And then after you guys all go, you'll have a 5-minute deliberation amongst yourselves. So we will start with Elfio. Theo, talk to me.
What's up, guys? I think that if it's the same Gauntlet as like the picture, I don't know. I think you mentioned like another people, but if it's the same one, I don't think he even starts. Not gonna lie, I don't think that to this point we've seen Sanji capable of beating people in that level on a clean 1v1.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he's getting washed, but I just think he loses. I think after his Killingham fight, I'll probably change my opinion, but before that, I don't think so.
Okay. Appreciate take. We'll move on to Ao.
It's a sad day in the UK. Very sad. We lost. I know this isn't about the thing. We lost, man. It still weighs on my heart right now. So I'll give my take in a sad turn. Eats upset Ray. Marco is an interesting fight, but I do think Marco's a bit of a stall merchant, a punching bag. Katakuri, we've had this debate multiple times. I think Sanji will use his hands, which will give him a buff. And then also, fire burns Mochi. And also, Sanji's faster than his future sight can predict. And he's only gotten faster. So, that's Katakuri. King. If Zoro can beat King, I think Sanji can beat King. I think it will be an easier fight than the Zoro one because Zoro's whole thing is he has no mobility. And King was just able to abuse that. But that's not Sanji's issue. The issue is just the damage. But I think he can figure out the Lunarian thing faster than Zoro and deal with him faster than Zoro. And then Ray, unfortunately, Ray is still that guy. He's just under the Admirals. I just don't think he could beat Admirals because of his stamina issues. And if this was done like in a few weeks when he's got his ACOG buff, when Sanji got his ACOG buff, I think I would put him over Ray comfortably. But if we're doing this today, then I have to put him under Ray, sadly. And then he's not beating Kuzan. I don't know why Kuzan's on the list. That's my take.
All right. Appreciate the take, Ao. We will go to Fluffy Hawk.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, man?
I don't think Sanji gets past Marco. I think that's disrespectful to Marco, in my opinion. Because we've seen, like, Sanji can fight, yes, but also Marco has regenerative capabilities. I believe Marco is also faster than Sanji. Marco can fly. We've seen Marco take on Yonkos. We've seen Marco take on Admirals. He doesn't win, sure, but if you put Sanji in that situation, he wouldn't perform well. And yeah, that's just. And I don't think he gets even. I think he gets low diffed by Katakuri.
Low diff.
But yeah,
Okay.
But Marco, I put honestly, I'll give Sanji that respect. High diff.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the take, Fluffy. And thank you again for the big dono the other day. Appreciate that. Really.
Of course.
All right. Irk.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I think the first two should be reversed, but because of that, I don't think he starts. I think Marco beats him. I do think he beats Katakuri, but okay, so I think in Marineford, Marco, at least was capable of fighting like oops, I don't know if my thing muted.
No, we can hear you. Oh, now we can't hear you. Dang.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I do think.
Yo, Irk, lock in, bro.
My thing's being very buggy. All right, in Marineford, I do think Marco was able to keep up with Kizaru for a bit at least. I do think Marco was comparable to Kizaru, but in Egghead, I can't lie, I don't think Sanji was. I know people will like upscale the laser feat, but I'm not gonna lie, I do think Kizaru is like mentally nerfed most of that arc. So, and when I think it's a bit like, I do think it changes throughout the arc. So even if we say that Sanji was able to like intercept that Kizaru laser afterwards, when he's carrying Vegapunk, and gets kicked, I do think like that was basically like a blitz. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't really think Sanji scales to Kizaru at all, but I do think Marco does.
Okay. Appreciate the take, Irk. We'll move on to Easy Yogiri. Easy, you there?
Yo. Yeah, I'm here.
Talk to me.
So I'm gonna try my best to keep it short and sweet. And I've heard everyone's thoughts and feelings on the matter, and I'm gonna just still go by what I believe. And what I believe is that Sanji could beat Marco because like all we have ever seen from Marco is uses hockey. Like he does have hockey, and he mostly used it for defense, like against Queen and King and Akainu when he tried to throw that punch. I mean, yeah, he fended off King and Queen, but that's all he really did was fend off. He never really tried to go on the like serious offensive against them. And like, and Sanji, he has harder. Like he's like a all offensive attacker. Like he has some serious hits when it comes to his kick, especially his blue flame flambe or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can hit harder than Marco. I'm pretty sure that's for sure. And even though Marco does have healing abilities, but if he does somehow get past Marco, he stops at Katakuri. Because for now, I guess I'll say that he does go past Marco and he stops at Katakuri because Katakuri does have future sight. And Katakuri does have like next level of hockey, more advanced and utilization when it comes to hockey. Because like Luffy was struggling against him, and Katakuri was just making sure that he doesn't get to the fourth form. And like flat out, Luffy shouldn't have won that fight in the first place. But that's like on a later day. That's a whole nother conversation. So there's that. And yeah, I think that's it. Like he just stops at Katakuri.
All right. Y'all will have 5 minutes to deliberate amongst yourselves. Most of y'all agree he doesn't get past Marco, but we did have he gets to Rayleigh and he stops at Katakuri. So y'all have 5 minutes at 8 o'clock. I'll call time. Go ahead.
Easy, thank you, man. You're speaking facts. Yes, Luffy should not have beat Katakuri. I know this is in the conversation right now, but Luffy should not have beat Katakuri. Thank you.
No, the plot saved him. That's for sure.
Nah. I
Oh,
think that's a silly take to glaze Katakuri. Personally, I think we need to leave that in the past.
How's that silly, guys? Explain.
Like, I know this isn't even a part of the thing, but Luffy went into time skip like YC1 level. Like, he was joking around half the time, and then when he finally met his match and he finally evolved, he was able to tap cat and base. So this whole, like, I understand he's cool, he's Shadow, he's like the evil Luffy, but let's leave that in the past, man.
Okay, I wouldn't say he's evil. That's taking a little bit too far.
No, I
But
meant in the sense of like he's evil Luffy, like he's Shadow the Hedgehog, the anti-hero. But like Luffy beat him basically fair and square, and then he nerfed himself for honor. That's the only part I'll say is plot.
Oh, don't
Other
forget,
than that,
Luffy also closed his eyes mid-fight.
he did, and he still.
okay, no, wait, no.
Go ahead. I was gonna say something, but go ahead.
You mean no?
I'm crazy.
Did he?
Sorry,
did he or did he
fought
not?
the main character.
Did he? Did he? Or,
main
did he?
character-
No,
Did he or
no.
did he not? I mean, am I lying? Did I lie?
You're not lying. You're right. You're not lying.
Then
Hold on.
just say he wins every fight because he's the main character. That's just not true.
Luffy loses more than most main characters.
No. Hold on. Majority of the time, like, there's been plenty of fights where he should have lost, but there's been plenty of plots where he just won, like against Kaido.
And hold on.
Hanel.
And you're saying plot?
Hanel got hoed.
But you're saying plot is how Luffy beat Cat? Because I'd argue the opposite.
He completely overpowered Cat in every way, shape, and form.
No,
So
Cat
is
speed blitzed him.
When he got that kick off,
Cat speed blitzed him. We even in give.
Okay,
for Snake Man, Cat
in the
speed blitzed
fight
him.
with Cat, who got more help, Cat or Luffy?
It was Cat. More health, you said?
Help.
Oh, help.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna say that Katakuri's sister is. I was gonna say something devious, but she should have stuck her nose out of it. Like, Katakuri didn't ask for help. He never asked for help.
I ain't say
And
yes.
if
I'm
he
just saying
didn't-
what happened is what happened. Is all I'm saying.
I know. Yeah, I know. Oh man.
I'm stepping in
Wait,
y'all
who
time.
ran away?
Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Seb, who ran away?
on
If we're going
Sanji
that route, who ran away from Katakuri?
Luffy did.
Luffy ran away, exactly, because Luffy can't
And who-
last long
yeah.
against opponents. That's his major weakness. Katakuri can.
He kept pummeling him into the ground and like just overwhelming him with hockey, because like he did hurt his own hands, even though Luffy used hockey hardening against Katakuri that did more hockey.
I don't know if I'd use overwhelming as the right word personally, but I mean,
That's
we
fine.
can look at we can pull up the Cat chart.
Also,
And-
who said Sanji gets
Pull up the
past
Cat chart.
Cat?
Oh,
Who
me.
said Sanji gets
It was
past
me.
Cat?
A few people do.
It was me.
Sanji does not get that future sight's going to be a pain in the butt. He has superior hockey. Katakuri is smarter than Sanji when it comes to fighting in general.
No,
I
but he's gonna
think-
argue that he's faster than the Future Sight, and he can
No,
use
no,
his
no,
flank
no.
for the mochi, right?
I think Future Sight in the right hands is one of the best abilities, but in Katakuri's hands, where we are right now, I don't think it's that crazy. People use it in the sense that it's an all-seeing eye that just allows you to win, which is true. But if you're just faster, or you can just fight on their level, it doesn't really apply much. Because Luffy pre-Future Sight, it wasn't like Cat immediately shut him down and he couldn't do anything. Luffy was still able to interact with him and still fight him. It was just difficult. Sanji is the speedster. That's his job. Like we saw what Cat. I know people don't like to use the jelly bean because it's not an actual Katakuri attack, but the jelly bean showed that Sanji's speed, like Katakuri couldn't do anything about it. And then we've seen other situations where even with Future Sight, Katakuri has just gone, I can't do anything. And like we can't just go, oh, he was omnipotent against Luffy. But in other situations, he says he can't do anything, and we're just supposed to go, yeah, but he has Future Sight, so he wins. As if Haki's
It's a Shanks versus Kid.
it's not overall Future Sight.
Shanks is
Future Sight equals a win is just.
and Sanji is Kid in the situation.
We can't. I hate this. We can't use Shanks as the bar.
No,
Shanks-
I'm
Wait, you
saying
said Shanks.
I'm saying it's like that fight. How basically Kid got destroyed.
Oh,
Sanji's
fuck.
getting destroyed in the fight.
Kid was immobilized and couldn't move. And Shanks had 10 seconds Future Sight. Cat doesn't have that. He has like, I think it's
Cat has 3 seconds, and Sanji doesn't have like that seconds of Future Sight. Sanji's
Calm
not a
cool head, he
smart
has at least
fighter.
5 seconds. With a calm cool
Okay.
head, he has at least
like.
Hold
Shanks-
on. You're saying that Cat would one shot Sanji?
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean it like. Sorry, I didn't
No.
mean it like that. But I think he 2 shots or 3 shots in 100%.
It takes more than that since his genes just started to kick in. Sanji's thing.
Man.
To put that man down 100%. Category's got
Yo,
amazing.
Ayo, send this guy the cat chart, man.
Put it this way. Luffy took how many attacks from Katakuri? I'm playing with the cat chart.
Yeah, but Luffy's more durable than Sanji in a way.
Okay.
And that was poor. This is poor. You get.
I've got the cat chart. Luffy hit Katakuri 13 times, excluding Black Mamba. Katakuri hit Luffy 123 times, and he wasn't able to put him down. Now,
Also, do we think-
Sanji is more durable and has better endurance than Luffy on Whole Cake Island.
Do we think Sanji beats Luffy on Whole Cake Island?
Yes.
No.
Yes, 100,000%. Yeah,
No,
bro.
not 100. No. What?
100%. Yeah.
He's got better hockey than Sanji. In that moment, Gear Force Snake Man is able to, I think, outspeed Sanji in that.
I disagree. And I disagree on hockey as well. I think Luffy has basic hockey at that point. He doesn't have any advanced forms, except from Future Sight, but that would really.
We gotta
really
put
help
more
him
respect on Gear Force Snake Man and Gear Force Bounce Man. We gotta put some more respect on it.
I think there's too much respect because he's Luffy. Like on the stream yesterday, when it was being brought up that Bowman Luffy was beating I think it was Kid. This was either this stream or last week, and it's like, oh yeah, because of Haki, as if Haki's just. This is a different conversation in itself, but Haki doesn't just bring you the win in itself, right?
No.
Because one person has better hockey than another doesn't mean they just win.
But it's the way they utilize that hockey and the way that Katakuri was able to utilize not just his hockey, but his devil fruit, awakening as well. Because the way he was flexing his body just to get away from Snake Man, even though I don't know why he let Luffy
Guys,
just do Snake Man like that.
That's 5 minutes. I gave you a little extra time because I cut in a little bit there, so that's my bad. But that is time. Does anybody want to switch their vote?
No.
Can I switch my diff on Marco?
Sure.
I think it's a mid to low diff. Low to mid diff.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Sanji's not that smart of a fighter, for all being honest here.
Oh no.
Interesting take. All right. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
See you,
man. Appreciate the
man.
England 2030, man.
Thanks for winning us up.
We'll win in 4 years, hopefully.
Keep up the good work. God bless you.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's seeming like. No, wait, no, there's more people.
We got a couple more. This will probably be the last round because I was
gonna say there's only 5 left.
Yeah, I'll get everybody who hasn't gone in yet. So I think it's
You want me to-
Wandon, Miracle, Kobe, Joy Boy. Joy Boy hasn't.
Hold in for it. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so you're all in, man. Completely raw, no protection. What's going on?
I don't want to be in no live stream. I don't want to be in no live stream.
Then get out of here, man.
Bye.
What was that?
That's the first.
I mean, I get it. I think we got another one though. So Reaper taking his place. All right, y'all. Y'all will be the last round. Sanji is running.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, Sanji is running the right-hand man gauntlet. Round 1 is Marco. Round 2 is Katakuri. Round 3 is King. Round 4 is Old Man Rayleigh. And round 5 is Kuzan. He'll have full recovery after each round, and you guys will each have 1 minute to give your take on how far Sanji gets. Does he clear? Can he beat anybody on the gauntlet? Let us know where you think he stops, and you will have a 5-minute deliberation once you guys all go. So take it away. I'll start with Reaper.
I've been saying in chat that I feel like Sanji will get to Rayleigh and stop. But honestly, I'm going to get up here and I'm going to cape for my boy a little bit. And I'm going to say he clears.
Clears?
And we can talk about it. Yes.
All right, first clear of the day.
I'm going to say for Marco definitely has the endurance, has the durability, but he doesn't have the punch that I feel like Sanji has. And it will last a while. because Sanji also is durable and has endurance. From what we've seen, none of the fights last too long because it's a freaking show. They got to move on. But from what we see, he can last as long as he needs to from a fight. He doesn't get gassed like Luffy does. So he might be able to push through that and knock him out. Yeah, he has a punch. Same thing with Katakuri low key. Everybody's like, oh, well, he's a conqueror. He infused the conqueror into his attacks. Yes, I feel like Sanji's speed outclasses most of Katakuri's attacks. He's faster than a Gear 4 Luffy, in my opinion, and his punch, including with his speed, not even including his hockey. Right now, I'm not even going to go into that yet, but I feel like that'll get him past Katakuri. You guys can call me crazy. Let me finish. I'm moving on. King, he beats King. He's relative to Zoro. Zoro will be King. Boom. Okay, Rayleigh's old. I'm gonna say that he's gonna have a struggle with Rayleigh because Rayleigh's the experienced conqueror. He's got all the knowledge that he needs to be a top tier still, even currently in his old age. But he is old, and he could not take down Blackbeard. He said out of his own mouth he would lose that fight. And I think that Sanji would give Blackbeard currently a run for his money. So I feel like he would be.
Oh man.
Maybe whoa, but okay. All right, and Kuzan, he's ice. I feel like with the flame, with the hockey, he could knock down Kuzan's arm and leg, and then he's fighting a one arm, one leg person, and he could beat him. Boom. Go on, next person.
All right. Appreciate the take.
I'm not changing my mind either, so 5 minutes gonna go to waste if y'all talking to me.
Oh my
We'll
god.
go to Miracle D Mayo. Mayo, talk to me.
Bro, we had this in the DDT like a couple months ago or a couple DDTs ago. He is not making it past Marco. My boy is relative in speed. Sanji probably has him in power, but the endurance, the recovery, Marco's got that above him. Like, I don't know. He's definitely got it above him. He's a mythical Zoan. He's got like regeneration and like a Logia type, like can just bring his body back kind of. So there's like I don't see how Sanji goes ahead and just like one taps him. You know what I mean? Because if it's not a one tap, he ain't really lasting in that fight. We said it before that it was probably going to be endurance, but Marco's got that. And when I was saying the speed thing, like wherever Marco was to fly to Wano, as soon as he did that, he was in the action. He was fighting, and he took on King and Queen at a stalemate so that Zoro and Sanji could get their time to shine and become like a part of the Emperor's crew. I don't see how Sanji wins that fight. I don't think he's making it past round one.
Okay.
And I know your brother's gonna hate that, but your brother got hate. That's wrong.
I need to get Lawrence in these DDTs, man. I gotta get him in here. But I appreciate the take, man. We will go to Kobe. Is over X Drake is over.
You can call me Guard. You can call me Corn, bro. You can call me Corn.
What's the word? What's the name?
You can call me Corn. This is just a nickname. It's a whole gimmick.
This is a nickname. It's a long nickname.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, bro. It's a whole gimmick. But let me explain where I got my boy Sanji at. And basically, I say he stops at Rayleigh. Like honestly, you know, Rayleigh's the gatekeeper. He's the goal. There's a reason he's at Sabaody, bro. There's a reason he's at Sabaody. You know, Marco says, "Here comes the stars." That just means like he knows that Sanji's like that, and Zoro's gonna become like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a believer of Zoro equals Sanji. I'm a firm believer of that. So you know, I think with Katakuri, Luffy beat Katakuri at the end of the day, and then that Luffy, you know, that Luffy is weaker than Sanji in my opinion. My personal opinion, he's weaker than Sanji because then Luffy gets stronger in the arc. And then with King, I think since like Judgment said, since Zoro beat King, I believe in Zoro's equal to Zoro. I think Zoro's equal to Sanji. Sanji will beat King. It's not that crazy. And then he just stops at Rayleigh, like, you know, like Sanji couldn't do anything to Kizaru. Kizaru is relative to Rayleigh. Rayleigh's just gonna stop him, bro. He's gonna be like, "You're just like Gabon. You ain't like that, bro. You know, put him down, pack him up." Pack his ass up. Anyways, on to the next person.
Okay. Appreciate the take. We will move on to Le Corb.
Yo.
What's going on, man?
So Sanji like comfortably clear. I mean, okay. First off, I'm gonna assume this is like Wano Marco. Otherwise, he'd be higher on the gauntlet. So Sanji clears up to Rayleigh like comfortably. I think he beats Rayleigh. I think he gets his ass beat by Kuzan really badly.
Huh?
Like with Marco, we see Marco is like perceived by base queen. Then Sanji, without using Ifrit, can like perception blitz hybrid queen. So he just like massively blitzes Wano Marco. King and Cat are both like massively weaker than Zoro or Egghead. Oh, sorry, not Egghead. W side Luffy, who just gets gapped by Sanji by like end of Wano. Rayleigh is relative to Kizaru. Same with Marco. As I said, Sanji can like gap Marco to a degree. He's above Egghead Gear 4 to probably a greater extent than Kizaru. And Rayleigh has stamina issues. And then Kuzan would like beat all 5 of them in a 5v1. So that's like a really big gap.
Oh, 5?
Yeah, Kuzan, like
Even Rayleigh?
post time skip Kuzan. Okay, I also think that Sanji would beat the first 3 in a 3v1.
That's insane.
There's like gaps.
Oh my god.
There's big gaps in this
Oh
gauntlet.
my
Like this is not like a steady climb.
Oh my
I love to hear it,
God.
man.
Oh
I love to hear it.
Oh my god. There's no
We can rep that. And when the 5 minutes comes, we can
3v1, bro.
That's the realest thing I've heard on any of these streams.
That's
Wano Marco,
absolutely
yeah.
insane.
Marineford Marco versus Sanji is like contentious by itself. I still have Sanji winning, but it's contentious. But like Wano Marco,
Brother.
that's an easy 3v1.
Brother. 3v1 Sanji's being Cat, King, and Marco same time.
Yeah.
That's not crazy to say. That's not crazy to say.
Like,
It's not crazy to say at all.
Yeah. The reason why Sanji fans have a bad rap, man. This is crazy.
Man,
This is
when they're like,
insane.
I think we got like 1 or 2 more people. They can run their minute, but when we get to the 5, we can.
Oh man, I appreciate the take, man. I appreciate the take. Wandon, talk to me, man. Yeah, you're a little low though.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's better.
So I'm one of the biggest Sanji fans. That last take was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm sad to say realistically I can't put him like beating Rayleigh. Unfortunately. All these matchups are extreme dips for Sanji. Maybe not Marco, but every other one is extreme dip for Sanji. Him beating King, it's tough to say. I think the only reason that he put off his flames is because he senses Zoro's Conqueror's hockey. I believe you can cut through the flames of Conqueror's hockey like Box and Go Roger. You can't tell me they can't cut through King. He's not sensing that from Sanji, so it's hard to say he beats him, but I'm just gonna give it to him just because I like Sanji. But he's definitely not beating Rayleigh and Kuzan.
Okay. You said he stops at Old Ray.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I marked yours already. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're the 5th. All right, so that's 2 for Old Ray. All right, y'all have 5 minutes to deliberate at 8:20. I'm calling it. Oh, actually, hold on. Now, I forgot. Javerse is in here, and he didn't give his take earlier. So Javerse,
Yeah, I'm in here.
Go ahead. You got a minute. I'll give you 2 because you're a mod, and you're the first mod. If y'all don't know, educate yourselves.
Speak the truth.
Do you
Speak the
think?
truth.
OG.
By the way, I want to say he was wild. That take, I was just gassing.
That was absolutely ridiculous, bro.
I was gassing it, but yeah. So keep it short and simple. I got him stopping at Rayleigh. I think he beats Marco. I think I got Marco relative to King, like they're on like a similar-ish level. And I think by the time we get to Egghead, specifically like when we see that like Ifrit Hell's Memory, I think that puts Sanji slight tier, like a half tier above. So I think that puts him above both of them. And I think people overstate, like, all right, yeah, Marco was holding him down, king and queen, but eventually that became a one-on-one. Like, queen was preoccupied with like a bunch of different characters before Marco got knocked out by king. As for Katakuri, non-issue. Never been a real issue.
Non-issue is wild, but go ahead, man.
So crazy.
And then
It's so disrespectful.
I would have put, to be fair, I would have put Katakuri first, then Marco.
Okay.
But but yeah, Rayleigh, I think once Sanji lost Conqueror's Hockey, then we could put him over Rayleigh. But like, I don't have Sanji above old Gabon, so I can't put him above old Rayleigh either. And I think Kuzan is pretty self-explanatory. Like somebody else said, Rayleigh and Kizaru were kind of relative on Sabaody. And I got Kuzan over Aokiji. I mean, no, Kuzan over Kizaru. So, yeah. That's that.
Okay. All right. We got 3 votes for old Rayleigh, 1 vote for stopping at Kuzan, 1 vote for clearing, and 1 vote for not starting. So, y'all have 5 minutes. I'll give y'all until 8:25. Talk to me.
This is absolute flabbergasted.
All right, hold on. I want to. Who said that he wasn't starting again? Who said he was?
It's Miracle, bro. Let's jump this guy. Jump the Miracle guy, bro. Everyone jump.
All right, Miracle. I want to have this. I want to have this one-on-one talk with you. You know,
Yeah, let him run the ones.
So, I think again, like I was saying in my little brief dissertation, I think Marco gets a little overrated in Wano for holding down King and Queen. Like, yes, he was healing the live floor. Yes, he did hold them off both very briefly. But after that chapter, it becomes a one-on-one with King for like the rest of the time. He's busy with fighting. Queen's messing around with Chopper for a good bit. Then Sanji gets involved. And at no point do I think Queen has an opportunity to go off and jump Marco with King while fighting Sanji. So, yeah.
So, where was Marco? He was with Whitebeard's son, Weevil. That's where he started from, and then flew all the way to Wano, and then went ahead and just got busy. He was kicking Big Mom off the boat. That's his first dub. And then like goes through all of this stuff with helping Chopper out. He still has the flames on everybody. And then he's duking it out with King and Queen. Let's go back to Marineford when Kizaru was like, "Oh, I don't have enough time to deal with you right now," and then just pushes him to the side and says, I'm not dealing with that," and then just ducks the fade with Marco. Like, what is this Marco hate? Like, Marco is really about that. And if you're putting all those positions with Sanji's not doing any of those things. Like, the endurance with Marco is so much above Sanji, and like people will say like the 10-day fight between Kuzan and Akainu is like a big feat, but like don't give that same credit to Marco. I know it wasn't 10 days, but that flight and in the time that it was had, like he still got there super fast, and then from the moment he got there, he was about action. The man did not stop.
But
All right, if we're gonna talk about endurance,
and then he's on relative scale with Kizaru to be like, I don't have enough time to fight you, so I'm not even gonna like try. So he's got to be a little bit maybe below Admiral of Kizaru. Like,
wait, where do you think Garp is at?
I think Garp
is at old Garp.
I think Garp is a top tier.
Okay, where?
He's
above
in
the Admirals
like he's
or
in,
below?
All right.
I would say he's above.
Okay, it tracks. Because old Garp blitzes Marco, so
and he still got up, and then he still fought.
So do you think
that
Marco
doesn't
has
really
the
change
AP
anything.
to put down Sanji?
That my question.
The
Because
AP is the only argument that I would give to y'all, because I don't think Marco is as strong as Sanji, but I think he's not weak by any means. You know what I mean? But like on everything that he was doing in Wano and then still fighting, like if you take all of that away and you get a fresh Marco, like what is Sanji doing? He's got properties of Alogia. He has properties of Alogia. He is a mythical Zoan fruit. The endurance or the durability is there just off of the mythical Zoan, on top of a healing factor that he has.
All right, hold on. Okay. So I feel like you're discrediting a lot of Sanji's endurance feats in Wano also, while gassing up Marco's. Because for one, you're cut out the part. Sanji also held off King and Queen a little bit in the 2-on-1. It wasn't as impressive, but he did do that very briefly. Before he started fighting Queen, he got beat on by Black Maria. And, whatever you want to say about that as like a character moment, he let himself get beat on for a considerable amount of time. Took that beating, jumped into the fight with Queen. It turned into a 2-on-1 versus him with King and Queen because Marco got knocked out. And King was able to come on over and put the beats on him for a little bit. And then he jumped back. They jumped. I mean, it's implied in the manga, and we see it, however you feel about anime canon, but we see in the anime, King does fly over mid-fight because Marco's out. So, Sanji, again, this is a Wano Sanji we're talking about, pre-upgrade. Like, that's all pre-exoskeleton Ifrit, Janbei, Sanji endurance right there, right? So now we're 2 arcs removed from that, right? In Egghead, we see he can combine Ifrit, Janbei with Hell's Memory. He can do it without flipping the eyebrow on, meaning his base hockey is as strong as his hockey and exoskeleton mixed together in Wano, just naturally now. So I feel like we've seen enough post Wano. Like if this was a Wano Sanji versus Wano Marco argument, I'd give Wano Marco. But I think he got power clipped a little bit. Like I'm saying, like a half tier above.
I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it matters even if he's in the Elbaf. Like I'm talking Elbaf Sanji against Marco. I don't think that it matters. I mean, I think that he has the capability to go ahead and hit him and have like crazy attack power. But Marco is still a mythical Zoan, and he has properties of Alogia, so he still has to like some way trickery hit him. You know what I mean? Like even if he hits the flames, he's not hitting the body, And it doesn't matter if he has the hockey; he can still move his body within the flames. So it's like, you know what I mean?
So.
Does anybody right here think that Sanji
I
is
know we
close
said
to
we let you run the
Blackbeard
ones,
level?
but we got like a minute left and no one else is talking. So I'm gonna chime in.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you think?
Okay, so Marco is not a Logia, right? Get that out the way, right? He has
properties of a Logia.
He can still
Not
get
really.
grabbed. Big Mom grabbed.
Kizaru shot him with the
Still get
lasers.
grabbed.
The lasers like pierced him, and he just healed. That's not him being a Logia. That's just him healing.
I mean, bullets passing through his wings.
Let him cook.
Like either he healed, or sure, if you want to say it's like Logia-like, that doesn't matter because Sanji has Haki. Logias aren't like a relevant thing anymore. Marco is not faster than Sanji. He's like probably a lot slower, or at least in Wano. Again, if this is like relative to Kizaru Marco, I still don't even think that's enough to get him over Sanji. But like,
I think
if you think that's the case, like if you think that Marco is like on the same speed tier as Kizaru, that alone does not put him above Sanji. He doesn't take like Jura or endurance, right? You're talking about Marco's regen. Sanji has the same thing, if not better. Marco has literally no way of damaging Sanji, even with shockwaves, because internal destruction doesn't work on Sanji either. We saw with like Fishman Karate, and that he can just heal his internals. Like there is no way if the fight takes like 10 hours where neither of them can damage each other. It's just Marco constantly healing and Sanji taking no damage, then sure, it takes that long. But there is never an instance where Marco puts Sanji down. He's just not capable of it.
And then one last point. I think Kizaru if we're bringing up Marco versus Kizaru, I don't think Marco versus Kizaru was as impressive as Sanji destroying Kizaru's light beam. Like, Kizaru's never seen that before. That one kick wipes Marco's AP.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
We all can agree he
I
definitely
don't
beats
think that's true
Katakuri.
either.
No.
I mean,
I think we can all agree he stops Rayleigh though. I mean, Judgment. You said earlier, he's doing this for the giggles, right? Cool. Oh, he clears, but earlier he said he was repping Rayleigh. That's basically 4 votes. That's
No,
4
give me a
Rayleigh.
second. Like
He stops
I've
Rayleigh.
been
That's
listening
it.
to you guys, and
yeah,
I really feel like he could get
y'all's
past
4
Rayleigh.
votes.
Is anybody
You know what I'm saying?
is anybody changing their vote?
Rayleigh.
Is anybody changing their vote?
That's what I'm
Hell
saying.
no.
Because if you guys feel like Rayleigh can beat Blackbeard?
No.
Nah.
I mean, he said
No,
it already.
definitely not.
He
said he
told us
couldn't.
that himself, man.
Thank you. And whether you guys think that Sanji is Blackbeard, can beat Blackbeard, he is of that ilk. People say that Blackbeard is not a Yonko level. He is YC2. Sanji is a YC2.
Who says that?
Wait,
Who says that?
The community.
I
I
always
can't
use
name names. The
number as
community
a
says
power
this.
level. They are not realistic.
No, even Larry has said this.
Yo, Larry be trolling,
You cannot
man.
trust
No,
Larry.
I know you be trolling. I know you be trolling. That's why I said whether you guys
Yo,
believe it or
Larry hates
not,
on Kid,
Larry,
bro.
Sanji
Larry hates on
is.
Kid. That's all you need to
Sanji
know.
Yeah,
is
you know
of
what?
that
You know
ilk.
what? Even if Larry believes that, that's not the standard take of the community, bro.
No, it's not. It's not. You can even hearing what I said now. I said that there are people who say this, and Larry is one of them. I didn't say that it's just the overall consensus of the community.
Yeah,
Come on
but
now.
that you're
I don't know.
saying,
I've never heard that
but
take
you're
before.
That's not
you're
the
saying,
consensus,
hold on,
though.
you're saying like it's intellectual dishonesty, and you're basing your argument on one guy's intellectual dishonesty.
Well, that one guy was here, and I was arguing with him in the chat. He was here.
Oh my god.
Somebody got to
My
fact
point
check
to
that.
him was that
No,
he
Larry
said
definitely
that.
said it.
Bring up a clip.
No, Larry said it
Yeah,
and stood on it on multiple occasions. Yeah,
Word?
yeah.
But Larry
and then
hates on
switched
Kid,
up and
though.
said that,
Larry
that
be wilding
Sanji
out.
would not get to Rayleigh in this fight. Said that Sanji would beat Blackbeard. Rayleigh said that he would lose to Blackbeard, but
Hold
then
on.
also Larry said that Sanji wouldn't get to
hold
Blackbeard.
on. You gotta understand. If we replace Sanji and Blackbeard in this DDT, Larry would say he stops at round 2.
Why would
Larry
he
would
say that?
Yeah. No, I feel like
He would
Larry's
say
argued
that.
before that
He
Katakuri
would-
is better than
Yeah, he
Blackbeard.
would say that.
Bro, what are these takes?
He would convince you to
Hockey-wise,
change
I
the order,
guess.
though.
Bro, this is your average Kid hater? That's all I'm hearing.
So is anybody changing?
Yeah.
Is anybody changing their vote?
Nah, we're 10 toes down.
Hell no.
All
Nah,
right.
bro, Rayleigh, bro.
What's that,
He
Marco?
stops at Rayleigh. Yo, Rayleigh got a majority. That's all I'm saying, bro. Even Judgmental thinks it. He said it. He admitted it.
Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna drop y'all, and then I'm gonna give my take and close.
I'll
out.
never stand by that.
Y'all have a good night.
Marco's stronger. Hey,
All
Marco's stronger. Marco's stronger.
Oh man, bro.
That is diabolical, dog.
That was a day, man. I don't know what to do with that one, man.
I'm so happy
I'm glad I was
Larry
able to
ain't
get
seeing
my
that
pick in
list.
Bro, the list was somehow worse than the 3v1, man.
I know.
Bro, it had Big Mom at YC1 level or lower.
Low key, there are people out there who think that Katakuri could beat Big Mom.
I don't know why. I genuinely believe that if Big Mom fought her entire crew at the same time, she would win.
Yeah,
Do I believe that?
I think so.
Could they
I mean, it's a
find,
lot of
could they
kids to get
find
through.
could they find a way to ring her out or something? Like maybe, probably. You know?
Well,
They wouldn't be able to knock her out, is my point.
Are the younger kids a part of the crew? Like, are they official members?
Are you saying that there's gonna be like a, I can't hit these kids situation?
Yeah. If it's hunger paying Big Mom though, she might just kill them all. She might grab a few and just eat them.
All right. Well, that was something, man. I don't.
Yeah.
We did get another 18 months at Nakama status from King Peasant. It says Ivankov hard diffs all 5. Sanji extreme diffs Kuzan. Okay. I mean, there was a couple that he gets to Kuzans. There was one that he clears, and it wasn't Traverse. So, you know.
I couldn't be that dishonest.
Well, I can, and I will. So, all right. I'll give my take. I set this up so that legitimately, I do believe there was legitimate arguments that Sanji could lose in every single one of these rounds, and that he could win in every single one of these rounds. Okay, so I'm not shocked. I'm not entirely shocked at what we got here. Obviously, this was a really contentious DDT at an interesting time. I wanted to do this now before Sanji got his next power up in Elbaf, and I think we kind of put all of these debates, well, at least 4 of them. What? Yeah, I'd say at least 4 of them to bed. But yeah, in terms of how I think the fight goes, round 1, Sanji versus Marco. I think it would be an extremely aerial and fast fight. You know what I mean? Where they're in the air, they both can fly, both highly mobile, both pretty difficult to put down with their durability. Regeneration for Sanji, overall Phoenix regeneration for Marco. Marco's greatest advantage is not really raw offensive power. It's his ability to take repeated damage with his blue flames and resurrect from it. He regenerated normally from devastating attacks that he was able to temporarily hold off King and Queen. He was able to clash with people like Big Mom and Kizaru. But I do think he lacks hockey showings in the way that we kind of look at some of the more top tier people. I am a Marco guy. I think he gets underrated by the community pretty heavily. I probably would have had him higher in the DDT. But I feel like most people have the Kings and the Cats over him. And I wanted to go with the consensus rating. Sanji, on the other hand, he now possesses great burst speed, superior close range striking ability, the exoskeleton to recover, and accelerated recovery. One of y'all mute. I don't know which one of y'all is coming in his background, but his Ifrit Jabe, high level heat and attack power, and really good observation hockey. So Sanji's moved quick enough to effectively invisibly blitz Queen, overwhelm him with his Ifrit combo. He was able to kick that Kizaru laser. He was able to attack Nisjuro and make him bleed for a second there. As far as how the fight plays out, I think Marco would frustrate Sanji a bit. Sanji will land some clean kicks, but Marco will repeatedly regenerate from them. But over time, Sanji's going to start to struggle to put Sanji down, while Sanji in fights has shown that he gets stronger over time with his kicks, attack power, Ifrit Jambe's hockey, etc. And if he does get to land extreme Ifrit Jambe attacks, I think it'll eventually be enough to put Marco down. If it isn't, I think this may be unfair, but then you can allow for fair and reasonable speculation in DDTs. That's when the awakening would happen for his Conqueror's hockey, and it would be enough to put Marco down in that light. I think he can put Marco down without it. I think if he has it, he definitely clears Marco. Marco's win condition is kind of dragging the fight for a battle of attrition over time, but if he is starting to use ACOG-infused Ifrit Jambe attacks at Marco, I don't think the fight lasts much longer than that. Granted, I do believe Marco does have the advantage over the flame portion of the Ifrit Jambe, but the hockey portion is going to be enough, in my opinion, to hurt Marco significantly. For Katakuri, we've had this debate a dozen times. In my opinion, Cat gets a little overrated in this community. People call me a Cat hater. I think I rank him accurately. We'll see how y'all view that. But I generally have just always thought Sanji's a bad opponent for Cat. I've always looked at Future Sight as a really interesting ability as a whole, but speed was always going to be the X factor in how you overcome it, and Sanji is a speed demon. To me, he's faster than Snake Man Luffy, and similar to what other people have mentioned, the way he fights is different than Snake Man Luffy, right? Luffy punches from basically mid-range, and he uses his arms to bounce off different areas. Sanji moves his entire body into different areas and attacks from close range. Also, I think only Ao brought it up, which I was shocked by. matchups also make fights when your people are relative like this. In my opinion, all the first commanders that are on this ranking, the first 3 anyway, are relative. And to me, like, Sanji, one, knows Mochi. He knows that you can burn Mochi. He uses flames that are hotter than any flames that Katakuri utilizes himself. He can burn Mochi himself. I don't think the Sanji can use his hands dynamic matters, because I don't think he's adept enough as a fighter, and I'm not just giving him cooking knives or whatever in this. But the flame element, the fact that he knows you can burn Mochi at high temperatures, tells me that Sanji's going to have the advantage in this fight. Katakuri can fight for a long time. His awakening could be a problem for Sanji to deal with, but I don't think it's enough. I saw Queen crush Katakuri, crush Sanji's bones, and he was able to snap back. Buzz Cut Mochi, Larry was able to reveal to me that does use Conqueror's Haki, or at least infuses or leaks out Conqueror's Haki once it's utilized. Is that enough to put Sanji down? I think we brought up the Cat chart. I know we use it to troll, but there is data on there. Cat landed a lot of hits on Luffy, and he was not able to knock him out until the very, very end of that fight. I don't know. How do I say this? I don't think Cat could survive the amount of damage output that Sanji's capable of doing with Ifrit Janbei in short bursts. I do still think it's going to be an extreme diff fight. It might be more high than extreme, but I'll give Cat some grace and say it's extreme. I also thought the Marco fight would be extreme, at least high. Moving on to King. With King, it's interesting because there's an argument to be made that, Sanji can't hurt him unless he's using advanced Conqueror's Haki. I don't believe in that argument. Personally, King isn't an intelligent fighter, in my opinion. Because if his ability works the way that people say it works, the flame should never be off. It should be on at all times. Even if you get the advantage in speed, which he wouldn't have in a fight with Sanji. I think Ao and other people mentioned it. The dynamic of the fight is just different. In Zoro's case, he's a little lacking in mobility. He has stronger attack power than Sanji. Sanji can fight King in the air. And he can figure out the flame on ability, in my opinion, quicker than Zoro did. And in my opinion, if King ever takes the flame off, he's at a complete disadvantage. Then every single piece of Sanji's kit is now effective towards him. We've seen Sanji go up against a Lunarian DNA'd person in S-Shark, and he didn't have any real struggles with that. If you don't watch the anime anyway. But yeah, me personally, I think the way King fights, it's not going to be enough to put Sanji down. He does have some interesting attacks aerially and from range, especially Imperial Flame Dragon. Can Sanji kick through that? I think blue flames are hotter than any of the flames that I've seen King produce. And again, if he uses the flame off and Sanji's able to tag him consistently, it's GG's in my opinion. Old Rayleigh, this is where we're gonna need some hockey buffs. And the way DDTs work, at least the way gauntlets work, you're fighting these people after you fought the next person, then you fight the next person, etc., etc. So this might be unfair, but Sanji should be getting a hockey blue if he's fighting Marco, then Katakuri, then King. So I'm gonna give him that little buff versus Rayleigh. And Rayleigh already talked about his fight with whether he would win a fight versus Blackbeard. I think that's the case for most high-level top-tier fighters. For Rayleigh, I'm not saying Sanji is that exactly, but if you can really fight for a while or whip out really, really high-level attacks, like Rayleigh not trying to fight you right now. Like he wasn't really trying to fight Kizaru. He definitely wasn't really trying to fight Blackbeard. And I do think there's a significant stamina disadvantage that he would be at. Yes, his AP is elite, and he can probably put Sanji down. But I'm a cape for my boy, man. Y'all said I was voted one of the most biased people of all time, apparently, just an episode of TOPT ago. And I'm sticking with that. I'm proving y'all right. I'm giving Sanji the dub, man. Rayleigh old. That boy in the past. You know what I'm saying? Give me that. Extreme diff. And then Kuzan. I was racking my brain how I could lie to myself and say that Sanji wins this fight. But then Ao and other people reminded me. Kuzan missing a leg, man. And I've already seen I've already seen Kuzan go up against much weaker Flames to a draw with Ace. Much weaker Flames. We got significantly more hockey attached to these Ifrit Janbei attacks. And now we got Conqueror's hockey attached to these Ifrit Janbei attacks, man. All right. So I can't do it. I can't even do it. I can't.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't we talk about the same Kuzan that went 10 days with Akainu?
Yeah, bro, you went 10 days with Akainu, man. Let's chill out. I'm gonna go. I tried, man. I was racking my brain on how I can make it happen. I'm gonna go Kuzan. I'm gonna go mid diff, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real. It's an Admiral, man. That's an Admiral. And it's not just an Admiral. It's Kuzan. Fought Akainu for 10 days. He was fighting Garp in the pocket. But I do think matchup-wise, Sanji can present some problems with him. After Elbath, we'll see. We'll see how close he can get. We'll see how close he can get. But I'm still giving Kuzan the edge. Put the cook in the freezer after that one. But I'm giving him all that, man. I'm giving him the stop at Kuzan, whether y'all like it or not. But this was interesting. I thought I really was curious how it would go. I'll have to take a screenshot of this. It's all over the place, man. We got, what is this? 1, 2, 8. We got 9 doesn't start the gauntlets. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 6. 11 gets the old man Rayleigh and stops. And we got 1 clear. So I don't know how that averages out. Maybe that averages out to King or something. I don't know. But yeah, this was fun. It's Sanji season. I did not anticipate hearing that he would be able to defeat all 3 of the first commanders by himself in a 1v3. That was one of the wildest things I ever heard in DDT history, man. It brought Dono flashbacks. But I appreciate y'all caping, man. I do. I hope y'all had fun. I'll probably have to put Sanji in another DDT gauntlet like this or similar once he unlocks his stuff, and we'll see how that goes from there. But Traverse, Twilight, y'all have any words for the people before we close out?
Yeah, one last thing. Back to what you said about the buzz cut mochi, and you know how we bring up the chart all the time about how many times Katakuri hit Luffy. If Sanji can take a Conqueror's infused kick from Emu, get back up and start fighting Killingham, what makes you think Buzz Cut Mochi's gonna do anything?
It'll do something. It's just not doing what they was acting like it was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It'll do something.
That is not a finishing move anymore. We done with the 90s.
With the 90s, man. Oh man.
Yeah, all I gotta say is thank you everyone for the super chats and showing up.
Oh yeah,
I hope everyone had a great time. Banger DDT as always. Thank you, Seb. And if y'all haven't, like the stream.
Yeah, like that stream, man. Y'all know y'all having fun. Y'all know y'all enjoying y'all day. Run the likes up.
Run the likes up.
We will be back. DDT will be on break next week, but the call-in stream's coming back next week, and we're trying to try our best to get Survivor on for next Wednesday. I'm running the streams up on y'all. 3 streams this week. Larry probably, I don't know if he's gonna react to something later this week, but TOPT coming live at your front door, man. We trying to stream more. And no, Purple Popcorn, I did not get fired from my job. Okay. I'm still working.
If this stream hits 5 likes, I'll appear on every single stream this week.
You say 5 likes?
5 likes.
It's not a lot of likes, sir.
We already long past that, bro.
Yeah, bro. We had 100. We had 150 likes right now.
I guess y'all will see me on the next 3 streams.
Traverse forgot. You know what? Back when we used to do DDTs with Traverse, consistently, we was getting just 5 likes. Back in the day, man.
See, it makes me regret never showing, because back then I was also when I was working a lot more during the week. my other job, but I never popped up to the OG DDTs. So my first experience wasn't until you brought him back after the 2-3 years.
Yeah.
We actually we did get another $5 super chat from Kafka. I don't know how to say your name. It says, didn't Saturn simply stare at your boy Sanji like a good boy? Sanji was stuck in place, and Saturn could have had his way with him if he wanted. Hey, yo.
That don't matter no more.
Yeah.
We passed that.
We passed that. We know.
Hey,
why you bringing up? Why you bringing up old stuff?
He bringing up that old stuff, man. He kicked Nasajuro like 10 chapters after that. We passed that.
Oh man, so he could have had his way, man.
You know, Twilight, man. I've been the TikTok live days before the Discord existed.
I don't even. Yeah, no, I wasn't even around for that. For real. Larry was doing all that.
That was straight Larry.
Straight Larry.
I didn't show up till I think May or like April of 2022.
I got to see Larry become the resident villain of the One Piece community in real time.
Oh no, same.
We still not invited to reveries, man.
Hey,
they got one this week.
Yeah, I think so. This weekend. I've never watched one, so I don't know.
Hey, man.
We gonna hold our own reverie this weekend, hosted by me.
No, you're not.
I'll put the live stream up.
Yeah, why are you lying?
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying, Jibbers?
I'll do it.
Yeah, hopes up.
Why are you lying to people, man?
I'll get everybody on there, man.
He trying to drop same day as Kanye, man. What you doing, man?
I'll get all the mods. You'll see.
I got a wrap. Listen, I don't know if y'all see, but all my clothes, my wardrobe fell earlier today. Completely collapsed all over my bed. So all of my clothes is sprayed out on my couch right here. It's crazy. So I gotta handle that. And I should probably call my girl too. So I gotta wrap. I hope y'all have a good night. Stay blessed. Love everybody. And it's still Sanji season, except for LaCorb. He excluded from Sanji season, man. He excluded. Well, peace out, y'all.
Janet.